Oh my God, he's doing it again. This is the opening frame. Woo! He's doing it again, dude. Hippo mouth. I love it. I have not seen him do this in a while. First, how do you begin talking like this? Well, how is this your starting? How is this your default position when you're about to give a little lecture? I've not seen this in a while, but he does this all.
Baby, honey, you were having a nightmare about TRASHCAST again. Don't worry. I'll always be right here, next to you.
None of you niggas are Chuck Dixon.
A lawsuit trying to fuck with someone's business.
Did you accuse him of starting that lawsuit?
No.
Prior to him tweeting that?
No.
No?
No.
You didn't say that he and Vito were behind that?
No.
I think your timeline might be off on that one, brother.
No, I think your timeline might be off on that one because if
very well.
Good Shepherd is alleging that we have had unauthorized use of their trademark. Outside of the given context, most of what I'm about to say isn't even aimed at the people that filed the lawsuit. The internet is an interesting place. We make fun of each other, and we can do that. We can make our gripes known, and we can dislike others. This is something that every individual is free to do. But I'd like to think that there's a line that shouldn't be crossed when it comes to initiating conflict. What we have right now is a textbook example of gay ops. There's more than likely some reference to me before, but a fat person by the name of Vito really ramped up his public hatred of me at the launch of the RIPPAVERSE last year. Since then, very frequently this person has made a point to speak negatively about me and this company. Oddly enough, his friend joined in.
this is what I mean by gay ops, right? This person, same dude, is trying to instigate a third party, you know, to do something and like suing us and all that and trying to kind of instigate and encourage. So when you are trying to actively, and you've admitted it multiple times, destroy people's pocket, and not by some like shame, this is well beyond it. Now we're talking about lawfare, bro. Yeah, I wouldn't be so foolish as to do that.
So Dick and Vito didn't do this then?
I don't know.
You don't know now?
No, I don't know. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Potentially. Nonetheless,
You're gonna sit here. You're gonna sit here and honestly fucking say maybe now?
That's
like you don't know?
What did I? You want to watch the video now, Nick? Because I never explicitly say that it is that was what it was that they did. What I will say is that, again, the guy that sent that goofy ass email that tried to, again, gay op his way into kind of a lawsuit, someone took.
Can bring you to the end of your life, and you should know by my smile and the look in my eyes that you're about to be massively forced to give up. Chicken attack, chicken attack. But you're back before it fades to black. They may look harmless, but they can more chicken ass. Go chicken go, go chicken go. Now gonna fly. You understand? With the power of nature, you're never alone, and you can't even learn a mark. Every beast, every tree follows me to the end, and you're about to be massively fucked. Chicken attack. Chicken attack. But you are back before it fades to black. They may look harmless, but they can more chicken ass. Go chicken go, go chicken go. Now gonna fly. You understand? You're young and you're hungry, perhaps show money. I give you this chicken today. It's eggs for your dinner, it's legs for next winter. You won't have to steal again. Go chicken go, go chicken go, now gonna fly, you wanna fly.
No, that's not gonna happen. I just had some things to get off my chest. Ooh. Evil, sinister, puppet master, guru, yada yada yada.
Heard you call my name, while I'm passing out. The mistake I've made, it can't be turned around. I took the easy way out. I took the easy way out. I took the easy way out. I went one for one before casting out the mistake.
Housekeeper John. He better hope Ethan doesn't have another hospital scare like he did because he's so fat last time, because without Ethan, who is he? So, but he was going to do the cover for free 2 years ago. He'll deny that claim, but he totally told me he was going to do it for free. Ethan wanted a percentage of the sales on top of that 4K. Yeah, he wanted a percentage of the sales for that cover. Fucking joke. Claiming the cover was the reason. That was just kind of the breaking point. I'd wanted to dump him for a long time. I've never really liked him, to be honest.
Cause gay guys only message through the night. Cause gay guys only closet they hide. Acting with such faggotry, so much it makes me feel. Non-stopping gain is directed at you. Cause gay guys only DMing you. You see what homo does to be, the shit is he can be. Cause gay guys only DMing you. Attention seeking mental case, pretending that he's base, DMing you, DMing you.
Don't respond to it because it's just a bunch of fucking retards in basically his little cult.
Cause gay guys only, the truth is never told. Flash bar, now bar, jokes that just got old. Please, please sell my book, your money should be mine. Need your reply to satisfy my mind. Cause gay guys only
got nothing to do about it.
Well, I mean, you're fucking old. I put up money. I started a bank account. I got things in order to do that, but people, sabotage.
Hot bomb.
Each other just because they're gay. They can suck a dick, they can lick a sack. Everybody shout, heavy metal's bad. Yeah, to all but metal. Yeah, to all but metal. Yeah, to all but metal. Yeah, the Papa Roach, Blink 182. All this fucking pussy sound like Doggy 2. Wearing baggy pants, backing up the hair. They're not worth the crust on my underwear.
All right, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. It's me, Ethan Van Sciver. This is the TRASHCAST show. Wow, the penultimate TRASHCAST show. Possibly. It's possible. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up over there. I'll tell you, last time I said I wasn't going to do TRASHCAST anymore, the hooping and hollering that came from Eric July in the fucking Zero verse was incredible. I realized at that point that I have a sacred duty here. This is important that I continue to do this. I pray to Jesus, of course, every day to give me guidance, to grant me wisdom, to grant me the patience, to understand the things that I cannot change, the things that I can, the wisdom to know the difference. And Jesus said to me, Ethan, what you can do is you can keep, telling the truth to these same old sinners until they repent and until they change their ways. And that's what I'm going to do. Now, I'm going to tell them the truth. I'm going to tell you guys, too. I'm going to tell you guys what's up. Now, you guys I'm sure you're sinners in your way, but you're not sinners like they're sinners. Obviously, you're good people. You guys would never incite a bot mob to come and attack a comic legend of some profound number of decades, 3 decades. You wouldn't do that, would you? Just because somebody seems to be getting a little too close to the truth, I don't think that you would. You guys have stood up for me and defended me in the face of such a ridiculous onslaught of perversion and stupidity, and I depend on you to keep doing it. And if you do that, I will continue to do this. TRASHCAST, you guys are the absolute best. Thank you for being here with me. 7:13 p.m. on a beautiful Tuesday evening. We're going to share a little bit of fun and mirth and happiness as we watch the fucking ridiculousness unfold. Now, I told you guys that right now, what is happening is there's some shit going on within the Hindenburg. Why did the Hindenburg crash? Was it just stupidity? Was it just poor steering? Why did that happen? Does anybody remember what the Hindenburg? Hold on a second. Is Ethan in a Dutch tilt? I have been known to be. I'll be honest with you. Hold on a second there. Is that a little better? Should I kick it back so you can see my hat? I like it, guys. It looks good. Was it bad gas? Bad gas is what caused the helium, right? A lot of helium. Is that what caused the Hindenburg explosion? You think they would have caught that? The whole thing was filled with helium. In fact, all the airships were. What we're doing right now is we are witnessing the Hindenburg come in. The Hindenburg, by the way, was a Nazi spacecraft. Not a spacecraft, but a Nazi airship. Had a nice swastika on the back of it. Not nice. Swastika on the back of it. Pulling into New Jersey, trying to fuck with New Jersey, and then blew up into a gigantic fireball. We're seeing the moments right before that explosion happens right now. You guys are witnessing it with me right here. We're seeing the symptoms of insanity, the symptoms of desperation and sadness. I would do anything for love, but I won't do that, says Robert Victor Mills. What did he mean by that, by the way? What wouldn't he do? I always thought he meant anal. But it's meatloaf. Why would he say that? That's weird. Helium is not flammable. Then what was it? What was it that Asbestos? Do you think it was asbestos? I'm sure they did as best as they could. Oh, the humanity, says Bane Mailer. It was hydrogen, not helium, says Glitch. Thank you. We have scientists here. We have very bright, educated scientists here in the chat. I depend on you guys because I'm just a meathead. Dumber Decide says, need your expertise. Did you what? Did you ever find out why the Hell Monkeys kidnapped Sam? No, I didn't. I didn't ever find out why the Hell Monkeys kidnapped Sam or this woman, Kara, who we're going to be talking about in a little bit. Hell Monkeys are easily Eric's best achievement, nonsensical as they may be. Well, it takes one to know one. Hold on a second. Jose M., Baldo user Krikeda, and Dick Masterson for $250. It's possible. It is possible. Anyone have that video that the biggest problem in the universe cut of Eric saying, no. I think so. I think, is it right here?
No, that's not going to happen.
I think that's what it is. I think that's the video. But I mean, we added that. That's not going to happen. Also, Sturgis, no stop with a peanut butter thumbnail. He's got to stop with that peanut butter thumbnail. D Artist gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, D Artist. I'm so tired of having images of me with peanut butter, like on the front of my pants. And it's not on my pants, it's on the front of my jeans, isn't it? Why would I put it on the front of my jeans? Like, what? That doesn't even make sense. Lord Tavin's Comics says, hey, man, what's up? Oh, what's up with you? How you doing? Can't wait for episode 250. There's Riley Clippaverse. Igor de Pina says, Rippetards genuinely can't believe the Saskas actually left. I don't know if they did or not. I'm not sure, but we're going to talk about all of that tonight, starting with, and by the way, get those super chats in here. And, oh, one more thing. Let me sell you guys, before we do anything, Trashcast is brought to you by a generous grant from you, the listeners. The generous grant is in the form of super chats and coffee donations, and also purchasing product. We learn about product a lot from the Rippetards. We talk about product. Purchasing Cyberfrog and All Caps Comics product from All Caps Comics eBay store. And tonight we do have something special. We've got, and it's pinned to the top of the chat. Let me see here. Hold on a second. Why did that happen? I swear to God, every time I get on StreamYard, it's a little different, a little bit more complicated. All Caps Comics Trashcast package, $249 package deal. Now we have 5 of these left. We sold 5 of them already. 5 of them are left. $99.99. $99.99, everybody. Just $99.99. And wait. You know, if you buy one, get a second one for $99.99, I guess. I don't have a deal for the second one. You're going to get 4 comic books. Cyberfrog 2 Deleted Scenes. Cyberfrog Deluxe Heartsick Horror. You're going to get Cyberfrog #1 Blood Honey. You're going to get Salamandroid Death's Sting. The PALS variant. You are going to receive a Cyberfrog. This is the cool thing. Nobody's made anything as good as this. Not even Eric's action figure is as good as, well, Eric's action figure is not as good as my action figure either, but Cyberfrog, you're going to get a Cyberfrog PVC miniature. Look at him there in the box. Brand new. Never opened before. A lot of people are worried about whether or not it's MIB, mint in box. It is mint. You're going to receive it mint salad in box. Okay, so it's going to be right here, and we'll send you one of those. And then also we're going to send you a beautiful magnetic Wrecked Planet box. What are these called again? Store folios. You'll get a nice store folio, magnetic store folio with laser etching. Open it up, you get a nice shot of Cyberfrog there. See that? And then you put all your books in there, and then you do this. Look how easy is that? Boom, right on your shelf, guys. No problem. So you got 5 of those incredible deals, probably like 50% off value of what they would cost individually. $99.99. Purchase one right now. Now, Schizo Sean says it costs me a lot more. Well, yeah, I took your soul. I made you go, kill some of my enemies. But these people don't have to do that. They only have to pay $99.99. Schizo Sean, thank you. Great to have you here. Margaret Miracle says, I love my box. No comment. All right, guys, we're moving forward. Let's actually get me back here. Remove this. Let's actually talk about what we're here to talk about. So as you guys remember, last week there was some discussion. Hold on a minute. Get real close. Last week there was some discussion. Remember this, guys? Where we were saying, hey, maybe Trashcast is over. Like, maybe I'm not going to do Trashcast. Now, that got celebrated. Sturgis made a whole video with peanut butter on my dick again, talking about how Trashcast was over there for Eric July 1. These people jumped at that a little bit prematurely. I always say that. Do you guys understand that? Like, I've been saying, hold on, you've been kicking yourself a lot lately, says Mikey Getz. Yeah, I know that. I should kick myself a little bit more often. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, we're gonna get to this. Storm 11, are you? I'm a storyteller. This is the thing about me. I tell stories. I want to make sure that you guys understand. If we just jump right into a fact like that, people are going to be lost. They're not going to understand contextually why it's important, why it matters, and how it relates to other facts. And so just be patient with me here. Turn up your mic, says Pete Callen. I got 2 turntables and a microphone where it's at. I got 2 turntables and a microphone. Sound. Let me see how low my sound is. Oh, it's at like 38%. That's not enough for you? Should it be louder? You need more pomp and circumstance? Turn up your mic. You need to celebrate with me? This is my new theme song, guys. Go. All right, enough of that. Is that loud enough now? Is that okay? Oh, hold on a second. Damn it, Ethan mastercrafted Eric to lay off his crew. How did I do that? We're going to go through it, okay? We're going to go through all of it together. It's going to be miraculous. Thank you. All right, so here's what happened. Here's what happened. I was sitting there saying, I'm going to end Trashcast, and that's the end of that. And the Rippatards celebrated. They thought it was excellent. And they celebrated so much. Like, all I wanted, honestly, was a week off. I just wanted a week off so I could work. I've been doing amazing amounts of draw streams and getting work done. You guys absolutely love it, I think. You guys like it when I do all the draw streams? Are you guys into them? Let me ask. More circumstances is just a guy. Or less pomp. Less pomp and more circumstances. Yeah, we do need that. That song means victory, says Subjugates Comics. You better believe it does. Yeah, you guys like it. It says yes. The artist is like, yes, I do. I do like it. Sturgis is pissed. Mint Salad's here. She says, I love the draw streams. So everybody loves them. Now, I just thought I would take a week and just focus on my art and just do draw streams and then just say, oh, Trashcast is dead, and then come back and do Trashcast. But the celebration, the hooping and the hollering from the rednecks of the Zeroverse was intolerable. So I decided to come back and crush their dreams and do a Trashcast. And it was one of the best Trashcasts, I think, in a long time. I think everybody enjoyed it. It was fun. The next day, the very next day, this happened. Are you guys ready for this? The very next day. Should I find like a little bit of... No, I'm not going to put music behind this. There's no music that's appropriate for like what is there? The pony. I don't think the pony is okay. The very next day this happened. I received something from a serious man, and a serious man is awesome. He sent me over this thing here. It says, moving on from the Rippaverse. Let's take a look at this together and see exactly how this went. What is this? You got rid of it? It says nothing to see here. Looking for this. A serious man. Did you get rid of your own video? Are you nuts? How am I supposed... A serious man, where are you? How am I supposed to tell this story if you get rid of the context of the story? You can't hide evidence. A serious man, what the fuck? And now I'm pissed. Hold on a second here. Unserious behavior from a serious man. He is a coward, says Igor DePino. A coward cucking the content. Is there anything that we can do to fix that? Let me see if there's somebody who preserved that content at all? Is there anybody who did? Because I don't think I did. I mean, this is terrible. If this is true. Okay. We have to work around this now. You guys, how do we persecute a serious man for this? Is there some way that we can haze him in some kind of a ritual? In the video, which I now cannot show you because of a serious man. Did Katie get it? Katie might have got. Oh, Katie might have gotten it. Oh my God! Thank you, Katie did. She whiz. And thank you for saying that. Katie did. Of course, she got it. She's so awesome. She would never let anyone down. Let me see here. Not like a serious man. Yeah, she did get it. Here it is. Let's go. Got this video here.
Go check out Kara's stuff, her store. We'll put a link to it down below. Kara had some big news the other day. Can you talk about that publicly real quick? Do you want to?
Yeah. So this isn't something.
So this is Kara right here. She is the what is she? The public affairs. She is the well, she used to work in a video game company and she was canceled for being a conservative. Eric July stupidly swept her up and gave her work. Shouldn't hire women. I mean, she's great. She's fine. I'm not saying because of her in particular. I'm saying you shouldn't hire women, period, in your comic book company. For that reason, you just shouldn't. She was the social media chick. Says damage case, customer service. She was doing customer service over there. EV Comics says, I didn't play it, but it's there. Lol. Thank you, EV Comics. So anyway, this video gets sent to me. A version of this video gets sent to me. Here it comes.
I've tweeted yet, but this is my last week at RIPPAVERSE.
Now, I want you to listen very carefully to what she says here. And I want you to understand a couple of things. And I want you to remember a few things. Those of you who have been watching TRASHCAST for a long enough time, you know Eric July. You have him clocked. You know the way that he is. You know the way they brag about being. They talk about NDAs all the time. Everything is NDA'd. I signed an NDA just to do a cover for him. I can't tell you about the circumstances under which I did the cover for Eric July. I can't tell you what I was paid. I can't tell you anything like that because I signed an NDA for Eric July. About those things so that, I couldn't be Yellow Flash and tell other people like, oh, this is how much I got paid. Maybe you should ask Eric for the same amount of money. That's what an NDA is for. But these people are all constantly laboring under non-disclosure agreements, all of them, legal agreements that should you violate them, you find yourself in court defending yourself. Eric July has found himself in court. He did not like it very much. So he's going to impose those same consequences on anyone who violates his NDAs. Otherwise, why would he have them? By the way, Eric also doesn't seem to understand what an NDA is. He doesn't understand that an NDA works in his favor to protect him. He's always talking about NDAing himself, which is a very strange thing. But he says it all. Oh, I almost NDA'd myself. If you say that you NDA yourself and you are the president of a company, like basically you're saying there's somebody above you who's imposing an NDA on you, which there very well could be. We don't know. We do not know. Does he mean NBA, like NBA, like the basketball? I don't know. Maybe that's what he thinks. He NBA'd himself. Maybe that's what he thinks. But he says NDA a lot. He's a basketball American. So you got this woman here, and she's about to tell this very strange group of people called the side scrollers. No offense to them. No offense. No offense to some of them. I think I saw them talking some shit about Comicsgate. Go fuck yourselves, guys. But anyway, she's about to tell them about the circumstances of her not being at RIPPAVERSE anymore next week. That's what she's about to tell them. I want you to imagine that this is you telling somebody that you quit your job. And I want you to listen to the phrasing here and see if this aligns at all with how you would tell somebody that you quit your job.
Or we'll put a link to it down below. Kara had some big news the other day. Can you talk about that publicly real quick? Do you want to?
Yeah. So this isn't something I've tweeted yet, but this is my last week at RIPPAVERSE, and I will be going full time for my own content and stuff starting next week.
Let's go.
So I will.
I like that. Let's go. So I used to have a full-time job, presumably where I was being paid, and I maybe had health care, maybe had benefits. But now I have left. Next week is going to be me leaving the company where I will be on my own, doing my content. Let's go. Everybody's been dying to hear from Carolyn. They can't wait for Carolyn content. I mean, it's right up there with like Anthony Cumia. It's right up there with what are some of the big right up. Actually, it might be up there with Nerdrotic. Everybody's excited about all of this stuff. One hominid says, "What an uncomfortable silence!" Like, look at the faces. You're like, "Oh shit, what is going on here?" These people are all silently jumping to the same conclusion that any normal person would jump to: that she did not quit her job. She didn't quit Rippaverse. She was okay. Let's watch this.
Thank you. I will be selling my crochet stuff. I'll be making things. I've still got my entire video game collection that I'm selling.
That is this is the thing. Like, I've often left when I left DC Comics, I left because I couldn't wait to follow my dream of selling all my personal possessions to survive. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah, let's go. All right. Everybody's kind of looking down at this point. I mean, that's really uncomfortable.
Yeah. If you guys were looking for, like, I know a lot of y'all are used to be limited run fans. But I'm selling my entire limited run games collection.
Okay.
And so there are a lot of games on there.
I know some of you need blood transfusions. I will be selling my plasma. So give me if you're interested in buying my plasma, you could do that. Contact me. If you would like to, I'd like to sell my furniture. My crochet business is booming at the moment. That's a limited thing. When you're crocheting, that takes a long time to make something. So it's hard to say that it could ever really boom, Let's go.
I'm excited. I'm nervous, of course. I do, of course, have a fallback. Like, I have a skill.
Fallback. Does anybody who quit their job ever use the phrase fallback skill? Anybody who quit their job, don't you all always say, I quit my job and so I have a fallback skill? Isn't that something that that everybody who quits their job to move on to something better says fallback? They use that expression, right? Sure.
I have had my cosmetology license for 16 years. So if I need to go back to like real world job, I have that. But I'm excited. And I will be streaming from 1 to 5. I don't have the exact dates set up yet, but starting next week, I'll be streaming from 1 to 5 p.m. Eastern over on my YouTube and Twitch and probably Kick.
Awesome. Well, we are proud of you taking that jump and going to get it.
We're proud of you taking that jump. Holy shit. What a thing to say. Don't ever say we're proud of you for taking that jump to somebody who may have just been fired from their job and is coping with it in a certain way. Now, I saw this and I went, I made the same. Okay, poor woman. So let's take a minute here. Poor woman. Now, Kara does have, Kara is ill. Like every woman who works for Eric July, Kara is sick. Like Eric has like, I don't know, a dozen women working for him, various lesbians and black people and very just strange individuals, creeps that are into foot pornography, foot toe sucking pornography, who make vile satanic incest piss porn with each other. Eric knows how to hire these ladies. Now, Kara seems to be a nice salt of the earth kind of woman here. But she has heart trouble. So she's ill. And that's what she's saying. She's saying that she left. I left because it was a stressful job. So that's why I left. I left because my heart and, a stressful job. Well, heart to heart, I feel you. I understand that. what the hell is so hard and stressful about working for Eric July? That would be a question that I would like to know. I'd like to know the answer to that question. But again, I would just like to say, we just watched this video. Is this how somebody who quit their job speaks? At some point during the process of describing for the first time that you are no longer working at this place and you're moving on to these other circumstances, wouldn't you say, I quit, I left, I quit, I have put in my notice for, I am personally leaving, I'm quitting, I did this, I told Eric I couldn't work there anymore. Wouldn't you say those words? Wouldn't you say those words? It just seems weird. It does seem weird. So I jumped to now. Okay, by the way, this video here used to be combined with another video of Gothix, and this is why I'm angry at a serious man. Gothix announcing that she's running for Congress, like state Senate as a Democrat, which is just like so Gothix, who does, again, has done, and there is all over the internet, there are images of her sucking on feet porno. I guess I don't know, it's not, pornography is meant to be like titillating, like you're supposed to be excited by it. Like I'm not excited by seeing feet in her mouth. I mean, I'm kind of excited, but not in that way. I'm kind of like, yeah, stick your feet in her mouth. I'm kind of excited in that way, but I don't see it as stimulating at all, like to see Gothic sucking toes. But I wonder what her constituents will say when that comes out. She's running as a or will it matter? She's running as a Democrat. Hold on a second here. We got Katie did. I didn't click Gothics because it was a video, not a live stream. Her video is on her channel. And then, okay, Katie, then we've also got, what was the other thing that happened? Was it there was another clip? Was it the Saskas? Saskas talking about how they're doing American Mary 2 and they're completely all about horror now and all this stuff. And it no longer says Rippaverse in their Twitter bio. No longer says Rippaverse. Rippaverse came down out of these Twitter bios, which is strange. It still says Marvel and DC. It doesn't say Rippaverse anymore. And some people went, that's peculiar. What's up with that? Again, NDA. We'll never know. Some other people pointed out that there's still a RIP affiliate badge associated, like right next to their name. So maybe that means they're still associated with Rippaverse. No, not so. That's the RIP affiliate badge. What that means is when I promote Rippaverse products, it's kind of like it's like Avon. You know, Eric has set up his business to be sort of like Avon. So it's like you could go, I want to sell Avon product and I'm going to get to keep some of the money. So Rippaverse calling, ding dong. I got a little badge which entitles me when I convince some poor sucker to buy like Yaira, whatever, you know, I get a little bit of money for that. That's what RIP affiliate is. It doesn't mean you still work there. It's like Amway. Is it like Amway? Yvonne calling. That's too close to Evan. That would be what I would do. Ethan, look at Crazy Cat's link. What does Crazy Cat have? Oh, the Serious Man video is on YouTube, Ethan. Oh, is it? Okay, hold on a second. Let me, because I got it here. Do you know what happened? Hold on. I'm going to get all these. All right. Serious Man's on YouTube. I got it.
Stuff. Her store. We'll put a link to it down below. Kara had some big news.
This is a great edit.
Talk about that publicly real quick. Do you want to?
Yeah. So this isn't something I've tweeted yet, but this is my last week at Rippaverse, and I will be going full time for my own content and stuff starting next week. So I will be. Thank you. I will be selling my crochet stuff. I'll be making things. I've still got my entire video game collection that I'm selling.
No, hold on a second.
Yeah,
I will. I'd like to issue an apology, a very sincere apology to a serious man who I accused of taking down his video. But as it turns out, it just wasn't connected to the same link that it used to be connected to on my Twitter. I misjudged a serious man. And for that, I am seriously sorry. A serious man, please accept my apology. God bless you. Okay, is that better, Margaret Merkel? All right, I meant it too. That was sincere. I absolutely love this edit. I think it's great. EV Comics says, as someone who likes to give the benefit of a doubt to the Rippaverse, yeah, it's over. The Rippaverse won't last through 2026. EV Comics, this guy goes back and forth all the time. Like, he was like, yeah, Rippaverse is good. Ethan's nuts. Rippaverse sucks and Eric's a liar. And I'm going to show you exactly what he did with this situation that proves that Eric July knows how to spin a narrative. Eric July knows how to dodge accountability. And all of those things. You're going to see. We're going to go through it together. That's what TRASHCAST is, guys. That's what TRASHCAST is. You guys should. You guys know that. I think that's why you're here tonight. I appreciate you guys. Here we go.
I mean, if you guys were looking for, like, I know a lot of y'all are used to be limited run fans, but I'm selling my entire limited run games collection.
Oh. Okay.
And so there are a lot of games on there. I'm excited. I'm nervous,
Look at
of
the
course.
faces.
I do, of course, have a fallback. Like, I have a skill. I have had my cosmetology license for 16 years. So if I need to go back to like real world job.
Okay, again, fall back. You don't have to be paranoid. You don't have to be me. You don't have to be looking for Eric July to look like a liar, to sniff this video out and go, something's wrong here. Again, somebody who takes autonomy and leaves their job is a lot less frightened than this and is also speaking differently. You don't talk about falling back from a job you left. You don't talk that way. You got fired and you've got to fall back on your cosmetology license and selling your crochet and your plasma and selling off your personal possessions. Sell that. Is that Darth Maul back there? Whatever that is, you want to sell your statues. That's what you say when, like, you've been fired and suddenly you don't know what you're going to do. So her language here, her body language, what she's saying very clearly suggests that Eric very gently laid her off. And she is in protection mode of Eric July. He is protecting him. All right, here we go.
I have that, but I'm excited. And I will be streaming from 1 to 5. I don't have the exact dates set up yet, but starting next week, I'll be streaming from 1 to 5 p.m. Eastern over on my YouTube and Twitch and probably Kick.
Awesome. So, well, we are proud of you taking that jump and going to get it. Love that. Congratulations, Sarah.
I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And I always love coming back on Side Scrollers. Can't believe it's already been 3 years. Like you said, today was the 3 years.
Yep, 3 years.
So this is not a joke. I am not trying to prank you. I have legitimately decided to run for public office.
What are you, nuts?
I'm laughing because it was only a couple of months ago. I put a post out on Twitter and I said I could.
What a Looney Tune. This is why I could never run for office. I don't like this game. Oh, but what about the fact that you're stupid? Was that another reason why you could never run for office? Then again, you are black and running as a Democrat. So who knows what could happen? AOC is like undefeatable at this point. So who even knows? But it's like, I'm running for that. Interesting, says Detractor Android. Interesting. All right, here we go.
Never get involved in politics because I hate the game. And that post aged like milk, evidently, because here I am. Many of you are probably wondering is what's going to happen with this channel or the Rippa.
Where are your facial piercings? Where'd they go? Are you taking your facial piercings out now because you're running for office? Your hair looks normal. Are you growing it back in so that it's not shaved on the sides like some kind of strange lesbian DC Comics character? Interesting. Okay. Slagless says, I feel bad for her. It looks like she was eating well. Now that's all gone. Slagless, that is not nice. I'm going to read some super chats here. Let me catch up with you guys here. Just make sure that you guys are on the same page with me. Look at you. You wouldn't waste good peanut butter, says Beatdown. No, I would. No, I'm not feeding a dog anything. Anyway, CX Valentine or CX3 Valens 421. You guys have got to get easier names. Just call yourself like Kick-Ass Dude 9 or something like that. Yester's Kangs was awesome. You three have such chemistry. Kayfabe slipped a couple of times and shit got real. I was laughing for 2 hours. It was magical. You're talking about me, Shane, and John. Yeah, Pete Callen says, turn up your mic. I did. TRASHCAST is over, says Captain V-Rag. No, it's not. I mean, it's going to keep going because of this stuff. Like, it could be over if everybody would just settle down. Turn down your mic, says Grim Danny. No, I'm not going to now. Now I like it. Now that I'm loud like this, I realize the power of my voice. Yurash Matar says, these people don't realize the spite you wield. What's your mental state? 1 to 10, says Poker Media. I don't know. Define the terms. 1 is calm, 10 is aggravated, 4, somewhere around 4. Do you know what happened to Rippaverse Goalpost, says Stu K. Yeah, Rippaverse Goalpost was working for me. And I can prove it too. I could actually show you our DMs. Rippaverse Goalpost was subversively working for TRASHCAST. He would retweet. Rippaverse Goalpost would retweet Eric getting dunked on and other zeros getting dunked on. Retweet it and then be like, look at this. And he only retweeted the best dunks. And then he'd pretend that it's like, oh my God, this is, and it was very funny. So more people, essentially more Rippetards, had to deal with the funniest people, the most clever people telling the truth about Eric and Rippaverse, rather than just people being assholes. So that was Rippaverse Goalposts, and he and I worked together in private. And I told him a few times, like, no, that's not it. Yeah, that's it. Things like that. I have the DMs. I could show you. But he has disappeared, so I guess he's done. It was fun while it lasted. Let me see. Turns out I only need 1 kidney. Anyone need the other? Says Pete Callen. Thanks for. By the way, can I just say this is why I hate doing TRASHCAST. The only reason I hate doing TRASHCAST. Another 2 pounds. When I do my show, drawing art for you guys called Drama Stream, yellow super chats, $10 super chats. Those show respect. These are just $2 little blue super chats that make my enemies laugh at me. They go, look at you. They're throwing $2 at you. Like, here you go. Yeah, give me better super chats than this, Pete. Shame on you. Igor DePignal says, by the way, her husband got no job too. I don't think that's true. We'll talk about that a little bit as well. Detractor Android 33 says, when I willingly left Rippaverse, I was so excited to sell my great-grandpa's watch that he passed down to me, the house I built, and my left lung. Heart, 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 cuddle, cuddle, cuddle. I know it's a little odd, right? Land Triplinger 8352 says, is EJ selling Rippaverse maybe? So Eric has done something. We don't know what it is. He could have partnered with a bigger company. He could have sold his company to somebody else. I believe he's got a distribution deal in Japan. That's what I think it is that he's teasing. He could have a distribution deal here in the United States, but he's got something like that. And really, like, I know a bunch of pores in here, says Perth Comics. Look at this. Hail TRASHCAST. Thank you, Star Wars Lego Rob. That makes me want to do more. When I just get give me some bigger super chats. Pay me to do this. Obviously, I would do it more often. Yeah, no matter what happens to Eric, his books stink, so it doesn't matter. Like, again, he's got a TV deal. It doesn't matter. It's not going to get made because his stuff stinks. It just nothing good. What is this? Here's $1 from Travis Parrick. Eric Linegar. Holy shit. Now this is what I'm talking about. Let's march, everyone. $100. Chill out, my man. And take out the trash. Beautiful. That shit's ain't cheap. Thank you. That's more like it. Thank you. I appreciate it. A little dignity is all I ask. A little dignity. Appreciate it. Okay, hold on a second. Let me read all your super chats. And thank you for the big ones. If red ones show up, I'll read them right away. Believe it. Could you imagine if the Saskas do to Eric what he did to you, and they start a comic book company using his structure and their fame connections? could the Saskas do that? I don't know if the Saskas have that kind of juice right now. You know what I mean? But yeah, that would be interesting if like they like sort of did an ollie off of his head and then formed their own company. I mean, see, one of the reasons why I dislike Eric so much is he sat there and said, "I love what you're doing. It's amazing what you're doing. Can you help me?" And I've shown you all the DMs and everything. I've shown you the text messages. This guy was badgering me on a daily basis for like advice on how to build his own comic book company. And I was giving him advice. I was telling him what to do. And then suddenly he turned around to me and he basically told me I don't matter. He was just like, "You don't matter. You think you're more important than you are." It's like, what the fuck is this? Like, it was the weirdest kind of like ego trip from him and a sudden switcheroo. And I was like, dude, you just like, what the? Now hold on a second. Is what I said. I said, now you hold on just 1 minute. So no, not the juice. I'm sure she has juice. She does have juice, actually. I know that for a fact. She has juice. But yeah, like that was the whole thing. So if the Saskas did that to him, it would be pretty funny. Is EJ selling Rippaverse? Maybe, like I just said, I'm not sure. If he did sell it to another company, that would be the best result for him. Is if he managed to sell Rippaverse. That's the best outcome for him. Like he could easily say, "I got $5 million from my company, so fuck y'all, I win." That would be a win. I would call that a W if he were able to get out from under this and make a profit. I'd say, yeah, okay, yeah, right. But if he's partnering with another company, he's going to take that company down with him. And if he is got distribution in other as a thing, that's not going to work. His animation isn't going to work. His video game isn't going to work. The only thing that's going to work is if Eric sells the company. And if he does that, that's the last W that Eric could possibly get. It's the only W from here. It's all over. Eric may have offered a buyout, says Urashima Taru. That's a possibility. Slagloss 5108 says, I feel bad for her. It looks like, okay, I read this one. That's funny. Margaret Miracle gifted 5 memberships. Thank you. Could Gothics be in the Epsteiner files, says Lord Tapman's Comics? I don't know. I mean, she has political power and pull and sway. Obviously, it's possible, you know. These are the types of people that gave the world Captain Durag, says Riff Magos. Remember Captain Durag? Yeah. He's currently being discussed as a black hero who wears a durag. Tarks 9351 says, Hail Trashcast. Thank you, my friend. Thanks for being a member for 47 months. Grimjim666 says, her getting questions to her office. So you work for a company called RIPPAVERSE? What's this children's charity fiasco about? Picture Jay Kennedy asking. Yeah, I mean, it could be, but it's just state senate. I would still love to see her field those. She would be like, I have no idea. We already asked her those questions, and she didn't even know what to say. I had to. We had that young man. I don't know if you remember, like a few days ago, we had that young man who we had Arnold Drummond in here, and like he said, how could you accuse Eric of like fraud? And I said, well, allegedly, it's my opinion. And I told him exactly what it was. That he was allegedly, the reasons why I thought it was fraudulent, what he did, you know, charity fraud. And he had to admit, I mean, you know, so when I told him, he was like, well, I mean, you know, if you feel that way, why don't you just say it aloud with your chest? I said, I don't want to deal with a lawsuit from Eric. It is just my opinion. But when you hear the facts, as I just laid them out, what are you going to say? When I say to you that Eric July watched Drunk 3PO use a children's, like a sick kids charity, comic book charity, for his crowdfunded campaign to almost double his orders on that crowdfunded campaign. And then Eric did the same thing, used the same charity, and basically said, he did a whole video where he's like, ordinarily these books are $35. Well, for $17.50, you know, if you buy a book for $17.50, we will send it on your behalf to this children's charity. And Eric ended up selling God knows how many, a lot. He made a lot of money from that, because a lot of people, when I would love to give money to a children's cancer charity, these kids are all in the hospital. So they all gave him money for these books, $17.50 each. And Eric didn't have to give the company money. He didn't give them the money. He gave them a giant pallet of Ice on #1, this unsellable fucking slop. And the point of the kids' charity is this. Obviously, what they really want is money. Comic books exist. They're cheap. They're plentiful. You want to donate comics for kids, that's fine. That's wonderful. But what they're really looking for is money. If they're looking for comics, if you want to give them comics, you give them a variety of different comic books so that kids can sit there and read a bunch of different comic books while they're laid up in their gurneys. And that would be a wonderful thing, like to get to read an entire run of Spider-Man, for example. Instead, Eric utilized the charity to enrich himself, $17.50 a comic book, and he sent them over a pallet of the same comic, a ton of the same comic book. To me, in my opinion, that is a misuse of what that charity was meant for, what its intention was. And yeah, it's clear to me. It's clear to me that was, in my opinion, a scam. That was, in my opinion, because you know what the charity's for, what its intention is, and then you misuse it that way. I don't know how else how you would define that as anything other than what it is. Now, Nick Rekieta went through it and said, how much money, and he went through it that way. I think that's the wrong way to look at this. The way to look at this is in a way that like everybody can really understand. You understand what the point of that charity is. You want to give a whole lot of comic books, like a library of comic books to children so that they have variety of different superhero stories to read while they're sick. They do not need 2,500 copies of Ice on #1 or whatever it was that he sent them over there. They don't need that. They don't need that at all. Nobody needs that. Those are going to go in the dumpster. And the money, the $17.50, whatever. I mean, yeah, the printing costs are $2.50, and then the shipping costs to pallet it up and then send it over, whatever. But everything else is gravy. Like, what are you talking about? In my opinion. So you explain that to people. It's not about how much money this costs or that costs. It's about what the charity's intention is, what it's trying to do, what it's trying to accomplish, and how you exploited it, in my opinion. That's what people need to understand. Not the way Nick Rekieta approached it, which was also very revealing. But anyway, yeah, you run that by this lady here and just say, yeah, allegedly. In my opinion, allegedly. You run that by, everything said here, by the way, is my opinion. It's my opinion. You run that by this lady here. Just say, how did you work for a company that would do that? How did that go? And she would say, well, I quit. I left that company, is what she would say. Here's $1 from 200 Watt Studio. Take my 2 pounds and like it, Pie Man, says Glitch343. $2.11 from Wilberforce Wooster. There you go. $1 from Travis Parrott. Star Wars Lego Rob comes in with $10, like a man. And he says, fair enough. I'm enjoying the show. Here's $10 for you. I'm not going to insult you because I want you to keep doing this show, Ethan. I want to see a Trash Pass 250. I want to see a 251. Hell, I want to see a 275. So here's $10. Peacock says, put on a G-string and maybe the super chat will be yellow. And maybe you would turn green. You don't want me to do that, Pete. And if you do, there's something wrong with you. Travis Parrick, another $1 here. Thank you. Eric Linegar, hero. $100. Thank you. $10 from Ted Lehman. If she needs to quit Rippaverse over health and stress, how does being a hairdresser, how is that not more stressful, much less needing to stand the whole time? Yeah, none of it makes sense. I would think the Rippaverse job would be the most stress-free. Everybody's kissing your ass all the time. You handle customer concerns. Hi, it's me, Kara. How are you? You have a problem? Okay, we'll get it out right on it. Cool Breeze says, doing my part for the content. Thank you for $10, Cool Breeze. You understand. Laser Pants, $20. Hail Trashcast. Thank you, my friend. $20, very kind. Blast Radio says, how will far-left Democrat voters overlook Gothic's anti-woke stances? Does she have any? Isn't she woke? Will she delete and denounce just to placate them? I'll bet she will. Lol. Is she anti-woke? Does she have, is she doing that kind of content? I don't know. I've never really watched one of her videos. I just see her with Eric, But yeah, that's embarrassing. You can't be a Democrat and be like anti-woke. You just can't. You got to be woke. Grim Jim 666, big man, big chats, big fun. Pilot hats and tall waves all around. Yeah, we got to get those pilot hats with a, what would look good, a skull and crossbones on the pilot hat. Here is Liam Gray. I'd wager it's Japanese publishing deal via Tim Lim's Iconic Stuff. You have to look at Eric's connections and then just sort of go, who did he convince? So Eric is connected to Angel Studios and then Iconic Comics. He brags about both of those connections. So it's one of the two. Either Angel Studios bought him, but I think Angel Studios, he was complaining about being like, people looking into me, and then, like, I'm being persecuted, canceled, blacklisted for my politics. What I've said before, that's got to be Angel Studios. I don't think Iconic would do that. Iconic would be, they're much smaller. I don't think they would blacklist Eric for any reason. So what he could get out of Iconic is a deal with the Japanese. Same people, nothing via major mainline Japanese publishers I'd have heard. Here we go. Mike D83 CGOG. If Glenn Beck shuts down his Rippaverse division, what happens with Trashcast? Also, is Eric firing these people to pay the Glenn Beck debt? Trashcast is the name of my show now. That is not Comicsgate related. It is just whatever I want to talk about. Shane Davis could be involved. That is what this show is. When Eric is gone, we'll still follow what Eric is doing, okay, on Trashcast. We will. Is Eric firing these people to pay the Glenn Beck debt? What debt? I don't understand. I would think Glenn Beck got paid back a long time ago. If Glenn Beck gave him $300,000, I'm fairly sure that got paid back with the first $3.7 million. Wouldn't you think so? Andrew Sabina says, push it by Salt and Pepper. The Rippa versus Masterson dance-off version? Shit, sorry, wrong show, says Andrew Sabina. I think I have that. AJ Baird gifted a membership. Thank you, my friend. I got that SSE, small super chat energy. That's Kyan Renault. George Peter Gatsis says, Eric, don't sell out. Contact Critical Blast Publishing. We will restructure you for profit and no inventory. Come to CB if you want to live. Come with CB. Yeah, Critical Blast is a great company. I'm thinking about using you guys for something. I don't know what yet, but I'm thinking about using you guys for one of my projects. Yurasha Matara says, Ethan, kids love to read Ice on #1 over and over again. Facilis Lolis, those creeps sent an 18-year-old kid to suicide bomb you. Did you see that? Yeah, that kid Shine, man. He's doing a bunch of stuff right now, too. He's like a SJW who's complaining about black characters. And he's kind of a troll. Like, he's a funny troll. He's smarter. Like, he's running a lot of guys around here, like, in rings. Like, Jay Bama, like, some of our bigger, dumber guys, Jay Bama, no offense, are really kind of, like, bothered by this kid. But he said this. He said, this is honestly so sad to see. Watching one of the founders of Milestone Media practically beg people to buy his book. Just hoping DC Comics will greenlight another Static series. They'll probably cancel after 6 issues. And use as another tax write-off is embarrassing. I've been talking so much, my voice is going. I'm sorry. And you can't even blame racism. Eric had 0 issues. Eric July had 0 issues, making millions and selling tens of thousands of copies of ISOM without begging customers or dangling false promises to pressure sales. You can't name a single, this is really instructive. You can't name a single black character from DC that has had a series as profitable or has lasted as long as ISOM in the last 10 years. Yet he's the one they're trying to delegitimize. This is what happens when you cultivate an audience of people who don't even believe in buying your books, and at best will pirate it or simply ignore it for something like Absolute Batman. You mean black people? So he's like, Shine is complaining that like nobody's making black characters for comics. Now I know for a fact because I used to work at DC Comics. I just like replied with this for him. Like, I'm here to help and just be honest with him. Quote, you can't name a single black character from DC that has had a series as profitable or has lasted as long as ISOM in the last 10 years, yet he's the one they try to delegitimize. I said, so send yourself another death threat calling yourself an N-word over it, which is what he did, I think, guys. Let's be honest. I think that death threat with the N-word, he sent it to himself. ISOM lasted 3 issues and lost 82% of its first issue sales by issue number 3. And this is reality. 3 issues, 3.7 million to 660,000, which is still a lot of money, but it's 82% of a loss. Like DC Comics would not tolerate that. DC Comics would not tolerate an 82% drop in sales between 3 issues. That is crazy. That's insane. God only knows what the next, if there's an ISOM 4, like what that's going to sell. Not going to be good. Poor old DC Comics would love to find success with a solo black lead, but Milestone sunk. Wasn't good. Wasn't very good anyhow. It wasn't. Nobody wanted it. It sucked. It was all full of like, here's Superman, but he's black. Here's Iron Man, but he's black. Like it was all like derivative shit. And I mean, I like everybody involved with that. I was friends with a few of the people who worked on that. But even then, like when Milestone came out, everybody was kind of like, the only good character from Milestone was Static Shock. Static was good because he was a teenage character that belonged hanging out easily with Robin and Impulse, and he should have been in the Young Justice, but he wasn't in the Young Justice because DC Comics couldn't make a deal with the creators' families. There was always a problem there. So Milestone sunk. It wasn't very good anyhow, and is co-owned by the original creators and estates of the original creators. I was going to invent a word called negotiations, but that's racist, so I'm not going to do that. Negotiations aren't seen as worth having. Every time DC tries to force something new, it flops. People who want black characters don't buy them, I guess. John Stewart Green Lantern was doing okay. Remember that? Like John Stewart Green Lantern was like, he was popular. He was on the TV show, like everybody liked. Get some water to drink, E, says Mike. I got it right here. Just give me a minute. Hold on. Let me see if I'm better now. John Stewart Green Lantern was doing okay, but some jerks brought back white conservative Hal Jordan Green Lantern and stole his limelight. That was me. I did that. So, I mean, the one black popular character that DC had, I destroyed by bringing back Hal Jordan Green Lantern, which was infinitely more popular. Infinitely more popular. And if I hadn't done that, maybe John Stewart would have continued to be like, you know, a popular character. But as it turns out, like I did do that. So, yeah, it didn't happen. What is this? Mateo goes, gay. How is it gay to bring back Hal Jordan Green Lantern? It's not gay at all. Good work, E, says Crazy Cat 9. Thank you. We did good by that. It made my whole career. It is not racist, Ethan. What, like saying negotiations is not racist? I think it is racist, actually. You know. Okay, hold on a second. That's you know, arguing with people of color, I guess. But I would never use that phrase ever. I would never use that phrase. Okay, here we go. Let's go back to oh wait, are we done? Hold on. These creeps. Oh yeah. Did your leaker source at Rippaverse get laid off, says Stu K? No. Travis Park says, here's a GoBot super chat. Thank you. $2. Hail to the trash. Hope you and the fam are well, E, says Hermetic Signal. We're okay. Paladin Joe, $1. Thank you, Paladin Joe. Today is the 5th anniversary of Rush's. Oh my God. Today is the 5th anniversary of Rush Limbaugh's passing. Holy. In Van Skyver with talent on loan from God. Sitting here behind the golden EVAN Evan microphone. Here in beautiful downtown Marlton, New Jersey. You are the audience. I am the host. And that is as it should be. Thank you, everybody. Shout out to Rush Limbaugh, man. I miss that man so much. I loved his show. I absolutely loved his show. It was so good. Yeah, EVN, Evan Radio. So good. So let's see. Will you do a small tribute to the man with the voice lent to him by God? Andrew Sabina says, Shine knows his name is literally a racial slur for black people, right? Well, he was going to go with Smoke, but the V2 Ify says he really calls himself Shine Comics. His name is Shine. That's literally his name, he says. Creepyhead Live says, Gorilla. Oh, I'm not reading this. John UIUC says, I left the other $5 as a coffee at the last Trash Cast. How do you prefer these super chats? Appreciate the earlier start time today. I like all of them. I like super chats. I like coffee chats. I just like money being thrown at me in all different directions. I like people buying things from my eBay store. I like to come away from a show and go, Andrew, guess how much we just made on that show? That's what I like. And then when I say $16, he goes, what? But you made $16 in super chats? You were on the air for 7 hours. I go, I know, but like Pete Callen thinks it's funny to super chat me $1 to tell me to get naked. Like, that's mostly how it is. Okay, this grifting is next level, says Delaware Comic Dude. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thanks to the next level. All right, let's move on. Seriously, enough money.
Verse and any of these guest side things that I'm involved in, nothing's going to happen. I need an outlet, okay? I need something to relax, to unwind, to take my mind.
You are an outlet for somebody's foot. Oh! You are an outlet. Hold on a second. You are an outlet for my foot. Oh! Okay, let me get back to
off of all this campaigning. So yeah, no changes as far as content and all that stuff goes. But I need your help in two ways. One, getting the word out, and also support financially if you're able, because campaigns are not cheap.
Oscar sisters, who said you campaigns are not cheap, guys? Just remember that. Hold on a second. Where is it? Do I have it? Did I delete it already? Like I used to have that ready to go. This.
Them shits ain't cheap.
Okay, I still have it. I just wanted to make sure. I gotta label it better. Give me 1 second. Let me label that cheap. Rename. Because I mean, I haven't labeled these very well. Cheap. So next time I need to say
them shits ain't cheap.
Got it ready to go. We got it marked. Okay. Saska sisters. Who said she's dead? Who? Mary is an empowering character in ways and also very attractive. What is with Baldo Weirdo? JJ Baldo Weirdo, like you are the new EV Comics. EV Comics was like hanging out with us, but was also kind of like, hey, there's, the Rippaverse. These guys are being kind of mean to the Rippaverse. I think they're good people over there. And now he like completely sees like what pieces of shit. JJ Baldo Weirdo is the same thing. I'm seeing him over there, like doing a little bit of this, a little bit of the fondling going on over there. I don't know what to say about this guy. I'm confused by him. Who would be the Rush Limbaugh of comics as Lord Pepsi? Me. What do you mean? Lord Pepsi would be me, of course. All right, hold on a second. Oscar sisters doing all kinds of weird stuff. Like this is the thing. You got a movie going, American Mary. All right. Then you got a new game show project with Wu-Tang Clan. I mean, that just seems, honestly, it seems like, a lot of work that isn't Rippaverse. Like Rippaverse was taking up all their time. They were doing all those panel discussions with heel versus babyface and Eric. It's embarrassing. Shout out for the Rush Love, says Matt Gray for real. Got to do some work for him years ago. Really? I was listening as a kid when he was still in Sacramento. God bless, man. I love Rush Limbaugh. I got to find some recordings of his and just listen. Okay. He got me through the Obama years. I mean, the Obama years were so depressing for a conservative. But Rush made him okay. Like when he won in 2012, again, when he won the 2012 election, all of us were crushed and devastated and then just tuned into Rush. And I remember Rush went, you can't beat Santa Claus, guys. He promised all this shit, I was like, yeah, I guess you're right. J Bomba Fantasy Mail says, we called the guy Shine back in high school. He was greasy. Okay. Well, this is his real name, though, apparently. So you see that Eric July, Yaira Frost and Ruin. Now this is the thing, like, Eric is right. Oh, let's talk about this for a minute, because we haven't talked about this on Trashcast. You got Eric writing Yaira, Frost, and Ruin. And again, you have to read between the lines with the Rippaverse because Eric is never going to tell you, what is this, legendary Chuck Dixon, business is good. Okay, hold on a second. Eric is never going to tell you the truth, but this means two things. Yaira, Frost, and Ruin, written by Eric July, makes you think, first of all, where are the Saska sisters? How come the Saskas aren't writing the new Yaira project? You would think that Yaira would belong to the Saskas, right? So are the Saskas gone? Huh. My guess, you want to know what I think? I think, yes, the Saskas are gone as employees of the Rippaverse. They're no longer keepers of the lore. They're no longer any of that. I do think that, like, Eric has kept them on as contractors. So they could be back to write Yaira number 4. Actually, they're saying we wrote Yaira 4 and 5. Eric is going to use that fact to possibly kind of confuse you, to make you think that the Saskas are still active employees of the Rippaverse. But no, they probably wrote Yaira all the way up to issue number 10, and Eric is sitting on those scripts. Because Eric, like, according to Chuck Dixon said, I've written a bunch of my shit all the way, like, Eric is real smart because he knows he needs to buy the content. So Eric is just paying Chuck Dixon to just turn in script after script after script. He did the same thing with the Saskas. So the Saskas, apparently Yaira 4 and 5 are already drawn and in a drawer and maybe ready to come out at some point. And when you see that, the Rippetards are going to go, damn, I told you, the Saskas are still with Rippaverse. Not necessarily, okay? I was already gone from DC Comics when my last 3 issues of Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps premiered. You would think that I was still at DC Comics because, boom, 3 more issues of Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps came out after I was already canned. So that's the same thing that's going to happen here. The second question that you've got to ask yourself is, why is Eric writing Yaira and not Isom? Whoa! Hold on a second. Whoa, buddy! Is that how it goes on Kino Casino? Whoa, buddy! Why is Eric writing Yaira and not Isom? Why? Is it because the International School of Ministry has imposed some kind of financial consequences on Eric should he write? Because they said that they did. Do you remember? Do you recall that I think it was, who was it? Schizo Sean or Young Clippo, one of these gentlemen, was actually speaking and in contact with the guy who ran the ministry, who was suing Eric July. And Eric said, and this guy said, if Eric does decide to write Isom number 4, he will be paying either a little penalty or he is going to have to call it some adjective, the mighty Isom, something like that. And Eric cannot bear, he knows that we know that, and Eric cannot bear to admit defeat. He will not put out Isom. He's got 2 choices here. Either he's going to share profits with the ministry, which he cannot stand to do, or he's got to admit defeat and then put out an Isom book called The Mighty Isom. After all, every project about Isom that he's put out after issue number 3, which I think was probably included in the negotiation in the deal, has had some kind of a prefix before it. This is the primordial Isom action figure. This is young Isom. This is anything like that. He's allowed to do that, but we're going to know. If he does that, we're going to know. We're going to laugh, and that's it. We're just going to laugh. I mean, we're just going to laugh. Like, he could either spend the money. What do you think he's going to choose? Do you think he's going to endure our laughter, or do you think he would spend the money to not have to endure our laughter? That's the question. In the meantime, Eric has moved on to writing his second most popular character, Yaira. That's what he's doing, right, to distract from, where's Isom number 4? What do you mean, where's Isom number 4? I'm writing Yaira right now. I'm writing a Yaira project. So 2 questions to be asked because of this situation. Where are the Saska sisters? Where are they? Are they writing Yaira? Apparently 4 and 5 exist. Are they writing 6, 7, and 8? Have they already? What's in the drawer? What's already been written? What's coming from now into the future. What else is being done by the Saska sisters? Are they still keepers of lore? I have not seen them on any of these podcasts lately. I have seen Kanan White. I've seen ND Andrew. I've seen Caro. Those are the three individuals that I have seen. And then like assorted guest artist, Marcos Martin, whatever the fuck. But I have not seen the Saskas lately. I haven't. I've seen that they're doing a game show with the Wu Klux Klan, whatever the fuck. And then they're doing, American Married too. So these are questions to ask. And then also, again, why is Eric not writing ISOM 4? ISOM is the biggest property, the most popular property that Eric has. He's got to know that by now. Yaira's sales have sunk into the sea. And Eric is still, like, his last issue of ISOM sold 660,000. Like, I mean, the new one would do 4, right? Would it do 4, 3? How much would it do? It would do something. Like, it would do something good. So who knows? We don't know. We don't know what's going on there. I have no idea. But it's questions. It's always like kind of like, it would be really helpful if you just kind of said what exactly is going on.
Uncreative,
I love this guy.
grifting twat.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. So that's a serious man. His video on the subject. Now, because of this, I tweeted out this, and this is where all hell broke loose. Because just the previous day, Rippetards and Zeros were celebrating the TRASHCAST was dead. Ethan gave up. Eric wins. And then I did one of the most astonishing barn burners of a TRASHCAST that I think we've done. It went on for almost 6 hours. It was incredible. We made a whole lot of money. Super chats are important, guys. They are important. They can see what these shows earn by looking at playboards. That's why I'm telling you guys, send bigger super chats in. They can see what the shows earn and compare it to what Eric earns, what Yellow Flash earns. That's important to them. They can also see what the audience is. So they see right now 1,244 people watching. That's respectable. That's consistent. That's what we want. Okay. So they saw that and they got really ass blasted because when I do draw streams, I get 300 people watching. Lately, 400. It's been really great. Draw streams are growing. But it just seems like, is Ethan's influence waning? Good. We need Ethan to burn out before Eric finally admits that he's burned out. Well, I'm not burning out at all. I'm still bright as a candle. My wick is still ablaze. I am not going anywhere. So I said, first person to admit to having been laid off from Rippaverse. Woo! And then I posted that video that we just watched. Here's a fan art exhibit. Could there be copyright issues with regards to Yaira and the Saskas? I don't think so. No, I think it was work for hire. Do you think EJ did his due diligence with rights and ownership? Not the first time, but I mean, because I saw him, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so, or else we would have heard by now. It's not hard. Copyright issues, trademark, it's not hard. You publish something and you have it in print and it's proof that you have the copyright, unless somebody else actually trademarked what it is that you've got before you, a long time ago, you're going to be just fine. So Eric is going to be just fine. The Saskas do not own any of Yaira. I'm sure it was all work for hire. I'm sure he's fine in that regard. So I wouldn't, if you're hoping that there's going to be some schadenfreude there, I would not look in that direction. First person to admit having been laid off from Rippaverse. Woo. This set them on fire, but it was made 50,000 times worse by the tweet that I posted right above this. Here it is. See this face here? We have won. Right here. Eric July must have seen this, and he must have lost his fuck mind over this. I know he did. The smugness of Trump's face, the we have won instead of the we will win. Hashtag TRASHCAST, hashtag Comicsgate, hashtag all caps comics, hashtag Cyberfrog. So this was yesterday that I posted this. We have won. And everybody celebrated. Everybody was happy. Because why? Well, I mean, not because any one particular person lost their job. We don't care about that. It's just that anybody lost their job. It's the start of downsizing. Eric has been very careful, and I use this advisedly. I know some people have sick parents. I use the hospice metaphor, and people said, there are people who have family in hospice right now. It's really insensitive. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I understand what it's like to have sick family, but it's the best metaphor in the world for what is happening at the Rippaverse right now. When somebody is dying and they're in hospice, they're in a gurney, and a curtain is drawn around them. You've seen this on TV and movies if you haven't experienced it in real life. It's awful. It's just awful. It's sad. But the reason why is because you want to protect that person's dignity in their final moments. You don't want to put them on display. You want to give them privacy, okay, as they pass on and leave this life into the next. And there's a better world waiting for them. Jesus is there with the angels, the kingdom of heaven on the planet Kolob, celestial kingdom. That's all waiting for you. So making them read ISOM is cruel and unusual. Well, I mean, they don't have to read it. I mean, those are children. Anyway, that's hospice. This is what Eric is doing with Rippaverse right now. Eric has drawn a curtain around the Rippaverse. First, he's announced that we have to put out 100 books this year. And we know from last year that he put out 29 books in order to achieve the same gross revenue that he made the year before with like 6 or 7 books, the year before that with just 1 book. He keeps having to put out more books. The cost of revenue is vastly outweighing the profit margin for Eric. None of his rippetards realize that. They just see 4 million, 4 million, 4 million. But they don't understand what it cost Eric to earn, to bring in that $4 million. He doesn't get it. They don't get it. They don't understand. Eric is sinking beneath the waves. So Eric has announced first and foremost that, with his latest campaigns earning less than $15,000 each, Rip Ascend campaigns performing miserably. Chuck Dixon's new Rip Ascend campaign is sitting somewhere around $7,000. That's Chuck Dixon, legendary Chuck Dixon. Eric has said, well, I want to put out 100 books, 100 comic books in 2026. And me and Shane just said, whoa, what are you talking? 100 comic books. Like, it's a real problem because, first of all, like, Eric still has not learned how to make one good comic book. But it's a real problem to want to put out 100 because your audience, the numbers of people who are purchasing your comic books, those numbers are diminishing. You asked them last year to buy 29 things, 29 campaigns worth of. Now you're asking those people, will you buy 100 items this year? Almost all of them are going to say no. Like, I can't. I'll buy some of them. Now, if they're going to buy some of them and not all of them, you are not going to make the money. Like, if you're making $10,000 per, you're not going to make your $4 million. You're going to piss those people off. Next year, what? There's no getting through 2026 this way. My advice to Eric is slow down, do 4 books this year and make them good. Seriously, make them events, make them good. That would be it. That's the only way to survive this. Win your fans back. Stop bilking them for every single penny and do 4 good books. Try your best to make great comics. Get them excited. Make them events again. And then you'll possibly get 7-figure campaigns again. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know how it would work. But you've got to bring quality back to the forefront, not quantity, man. You've got to do it. I mean, I honestly don't know because you can't. The comic books are bad, so I really don't know. But if I were him, I would just be like, I'm going to scale back. I'm going to do, 1 or 2 books this year, and that's it. So instead, he's doing 100. He put out 4 books, and he's hidden the earnings. Now, ordinarily, there's a meter that shows how many books sold. He doesn't show how many customers anymore. He doesn't have the backer number. He has the number of books sold, which is a useless fact and figure because what if one person's buying 100 books? It doesn't really give you a gauge of like how popular, how many customers you actually have. It just says how many books you're selling. So he did that. Now he's hiding that, and he's hiding how much money each campaign earns. That is the curtain around the hospice patient right there. You don't get to see. He's got 4 campaigns up. I don't see people talking about buying them. Do you? Yeah, it is sad. I knew something was going to give. I knew that it was time. And I said, listen, you got to fire these people, man. You've got way too many people parasitically eating into your profits. You can't afford them anymore. I know you want to be boss. I want to be boss. But you can't be boss when you're losing money like this. You have to actually get rid of these people and slim down your operation. So I'm waiting for him to do that. And lo and behold, it appears that he has done that. And because he did that, very much like me signaling the TRASHCAST might be over, I got all these people like sending me messages like, it'd be so great, Ethan, if you just drew and stuff. Like, I concern trolls. You owe so many books. Like, you need to do books. Like, do your books and stop TRASHCAST. I'm like, it doesn't mathematically. What you're suggesting is insignificant. Like, if you see what my schedule looks like on YouTube, just the product, the videos that I'm putting out on live streams, there's like 12 hours worth of drawing content for every 2 hours worth of TRASHCAST. 12 hours worth of drawing content for every 2 hours of Comicsgate Kings or TRASHCAST or anything else. It's like ridiculous. All I do is draw. I barely do any TRASHCAST. The problem is these people do not want me to negatively talk about Eric at all. They should just say that. Say, please stop being mean to Eric. It has nothing to do with time. It has nothing to do with the comics, and everybody wants my comics. It has nothing to do with any of that. They just want me to stop beating up on Eric. So very much like when I said I would stop doing TRASHCAST and they celebrated, when Eric seems to have signaled that some of his employees have been either let go gently with an NDA saying, don't you fucking say that you were let, or just kind of like, your presence here is still needed, but not to the same degree that it used to be, like he probably did with the Saskas. I post this and Eric loses his fuck mind. Look at this, by the way. Mess with the best, die like the rest. Now, you guys are noticing this too. I see why CG, now, as soon as I did that, suddenly, out of the woodwork, comes a whole shit ton of people attacking Comicsgate, including this kid Shine, including other people just out of the blue, really pushing hard on Comicsgate, wanting Comicsgate to die, trying to kill Shane, trying to kill me. Not kill, I don't think, but, trying to give us a hard time. People are noticing it. I see why CG's had an upscale in people attacking us lately. Honestly, I think it's TRASHCAST and the CG rivalry that has kept them afloat and relatively relevant for a year. So that is interesting right there. The idea that me talking about them is what is keeping people interested in them. I mean, you're welcome. I would just say you're welcome for that. I would say no problem. This is why you've been under attack, Ethan Van Skyver. This has been floating in back rooms, I'll bet. Tards are blaming you and seething. Yep, Limafow. I mean, I said Limafow. So I think in back rooms, they're sitting there going, they're aware. I think there are people, they're aware of what's going on with Eric and Rippaverse, and the people are getting let go. And they need to blame someone, and they're blaming me. That's what it is. And so they're going to attack me, et cetera, et cetera. Somebody points out, like, Saska Sisters have removed Rippaverse. Let me just open this up in a new tab here. They removed Rippaverse from their bio. Here they are. Now you can see they've still got this. Now, don't be confused by this. You see this? This is the Rip Affiliate badge, which basically means that if a sale can be directly associated with the Saska Sisters get a few bucks. They get a share percentage of it. That doesn't mean, they're not saying we're with Rippaverse. They're saying we're Rip Affiliates. That's what that is, okay? So don't get confused. I see people going, I don't know, man. Maybe I got egg on my face. The Saska Sisters might very well still be at Rippaverse to the same degree. I doubt it. But if you're looking for evidence that they are, this RIP affiliate badge is not evidence that they are. Jay Drunk 3PO has one. A bunch of other people who do not and have never actually worked at Rippaverse still have RIP affiliate badges there. Canadian identical twin writers, directors, producers, writers for, look at this, DC and Marvel Comics. American Mary, the Brothel Collective. Now, if you're going to say writers for DC and Marvel Comics, what the hell? Why wouldn't you say and Rippaverse Comics? Now, they're not currently, here's the thing, here's the other thing about that. They're not currently writing anything for Marvel or DC that I know of. They just did in the past. So that's another question. Why the hell doesn't it still say writers for Rippaverse? Why wouldn't it say that? Like writers for, you can go back and read our books that we did for Rippaverse. Now, I would say, I said former writer for DC Comics or former artist at DC Comics, I think in my bio, if it still fits there. It's less and less important that I used to work for DC Comics to me now. It's more about Comicsgate, Cyberfrog, and all that stuff, right? And Comic Artist Pro Secrets. The fact that I drew for DC Comics is becoming less and less important to me personally. It's important to a lot of people who know me and like me, but Rippaverse was just a couple months ago. So why is Rippaverse no longer listed on their bio? That's a question, right? I mean, is that fair? Is that a fair question? You could say, oh, Ethan, what the fuck? You're spreading misinformation. No, I'm just asking questions. This is just a question. Why? It says DC and Marvel. I don't even know what they wrote for DC. Did they ever write something for DC? I know they wrote something for Marvel. Writers for DC and Marvel Comics, but you leave out Rippaverse. If I were Eric, I would take that as an insult. At the very least. That to me makes it seem like they're angry with Eric. Because even if Eric fired them or they quit, maybe it was on good terms. But Eric no doubt locked them into an NDA as well. So they can't talk about whatever it is that happened. And I've suggested some things that I think happened. It really looks like there was a lot of touchy-feely stuff going on over there. In my opinion, a lot of hugging, a lot of physical contact, a lot of conversations about calling each other at 3 a.m. while Eric is in bed with his wife, I would think. To ask silly questions about Yaira and Isom. A lot of weird shit that was involved. We talked about this. Like Dick Masterson looked at it. He agreed. There was some really strange vibes. I don't know if any of that's true. It's my opinion. It's my assessment. It's my guess. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I have no knowledge about it. But I have said that if I were talking to, touching, receiving messages from a woman the way that Eric was with those, Andrea would be like, what the fuck is going on? Andrea would be like, what is going on? Something is going on. Why are you looking at each other that way? Why is she touching? Why are you putting your hand on her? Why are you hugging her like that? What is going on? And she absolutely would. She has no reason to be paranoid. But if I were behaving that way, she would say, what's going on? And she'd be right to do so. You just don't do that. I mean, you don't touch women that way. You don't look at women that way. Like you just, especially when they work for you, they're, you know, they're just, you don't do that. So, interesting. All of these things, you know, I mean, they're a blender. They're in a blender. You know what I mean? You think about these ideas. Andrew might go Lorraine Bobbitt on you, says Cosmic Vader. Yeah, she would be right to do so. All these things are in a blender. They got to be buzzing around a little bit, and you got to be thinking, yeah, there's that fact. You know, those there's the fact that they're, you know, they took this off of they took Rippaverse off of their bio. And then there's like you know, like there's the other thing, the weird kind of the way they're looking at each other. There's that situation. The fact that they've moved on, they're doing movies again, they're doing a game show. Something happened. I would still, with all of that stuff like in mind, if Rippaverse was really important to me, I would still have it in my bio if I were them. I would still say, yeah, writers for the Rippaverse, because we wrote for the Rippaverse. But I mean, then again, if Rippaverse is about to disappear, let's get rid of that. Marvel and DC are still here. If you put writers for the Rippaverse on your bio and you have knowledge that Rippaverse is about to go under, it's embarrassing that it's in your bio. Darmex says only over a week before the Orlando Art Expo. After the Salvage comic, I hope I'll get Bart Sears interested in doing something for my comic if he isn't too busy. I think you skipped my super chat, says Darmax. Let me take a look here. It's possible that I did. Darmax here. Well, it's too late to remind them to start slow when starting a comic line or learn from the real pros because they want the market to humble them. Never bet against real pros who know better. I mean, I would, you're telling me there's a lag in business, says White Guy McGee. Yeah, I mean, I think I gave. Here's the thing, like, all of my advice to Eric was good, except for the part about hiring Gabe El-Taib. That's the only thing that I told Eric to do that was kind of sabotage. But everything else I told him to do was good advice. I left my job to live off of ramen. I only have $2 super chats, says Pete Cowan. Oh, okay, well, that's fine then. I understand. In that case, I understand. Okay, so there's that situation, all right? And I say, let me see what else is on here. Followed by this. Well, damn. Okay, so, got that pinned. Blah, blah, blah. I like that they're following 999 people. It's like social media strategy to keep your following numbers under 1,000. You want to do that, in proportion with how many people are following you. But under 1,000 is pro. That's pro to do it that way. You got what looks like an Alex Ross painting of them here too. It's interesting. Box Top Comics says Saskas are gone too. Now he doesn't know that. Okay, he doesn't know that for a fact. That's just what he's saying. But like, Rippaverse removed from their bio. Whoa, buddy, stolen from Kino Casino. I know Kino Casino don't like me, but whoa, buddy is okay. By the way, look at this beautiful Cyberfrog drawing we did together. Were you guys here to watch me draw that Cyberfrog drawing? It's nice. Looks good. We got Kyle Ritter coloring that right now. So, hold on. Is there something wrong with YouTube right now? You guys having trouble listening to me? I'm saying so many important things. I want to make sure that you hear them. Okay, moving on. Then this happens. Riley Clippaverse notes that Eric July removed Meet the Team. Meet the Team. It used to say about our story, Meet the Team. And down here in this corner, you would click this little link and you would see all of Eric July's employees that are the team at Rippaverse. So you would click that and it would say, Meet the Team. For some reason, that is gone now. As you can see, it says about our story, Meet the Team is gone. So there's no longer a little link there where you can press it to, like, I love that people like archive this shit. It's so funny. Let me just take a minute to laugh at this. It is so funny. And there are people who are just on this. Like, I'm not noticing this. This is Klippa who found this. There's no team anymore, I guess. There's no team. There's no Meet the Team. And if you were to find the link and click it, it goes to a page 404, apparently. So, in the words of Kiwi Farms, archive everything. Yes, indeed. Bass player, 2001ify says, I couldn't find anything from DC with their name on it. So it could be something in the works, or they could be padding their bio. Yeah, I have no knowledge of anything they did for DC, but maybe they did something. I mean, you could have done something. People these days, like Deborah Carita, like helped color an issue of Wonder Woman, and then she says, I'm an artist for DC. You know what I mean? Like, people kind of exaggerate. People exaggerate, their portfolio a little bit. YouTube is experiencing some network errors for now. Yes. Can you guys hear me okay? Is this all right? Deborah, Carita. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah. Your YouTube homepage is having issues loading. Go to your subscriptions or click your avatar. And it seems to work for me at least. Yes, YouTube worldwide is having issues at the moment. What a terrible time for that to happen. Stream is good though. Okay, good. All right, so this is important. Getting rid of Meet the Team. These are all clues, guys. And I said, oh, by the way, when I say, oh, shit, I say, oh, I just put the letter O. I don't say OH because I think of like the song Oh Holy Night. And Oh Holy Night is just O and then Holy Night. So I go, oh, shit, like that. Because he removed Meet the Team from the web. Now, these are all good clues, right? Oh, what is Ethan doing? Like, oh, Ethan's just making shit up. Like, oh, how dare you? Okay, so anyway, we move on here. Rhino says, I, for one, am shocked that Rippaverse is taking business advice from John Delarose, Methuen Soyette, Party Time Patrick, and Ben Dunn, and it didn't skyrocket Rippaverse success into the stratosphere. Yeah, I know. I agree. All right. So, Kara creates. Let me see here. Kara. Apparently now Eric must have talked to Kara, and the two of them have decided to create a diversion. Now, my entire point of this is that something is wrong over at Rippaverse, and it seems as though Eric is downsizing. Eric is very good at creating narratives and distractions and diversions for his retarded fan base. Who lose focus and lose sight and are very willing to totally white knight for women. Why didn't I retweet that? Let me see. I reposted it, so here it is. This is Kara's response. Kara suddenly responds to me. Now, I have never heard from Kara. Kara has never, to my knowledge, Kara has never, ever, ever tweeted at me, talked to me, talked about me, as far as I know. Now, I want you to just imagine that. It's almost like you're sitting there watching a horror movie, and suddenly the monster turns and starts talking to you and saying, you really think I'm that scary? Well, I have my own. And you're just like, what the hell? I was just watching this horror movie. I didn't mean to suddenly get into a conversation with the monsters on the screen. I'm not saying Kara's a monster. She's a beautiful woman. God bless her. And suddenly she turns. Now, all I said was first person to admit having been laid off from the Rippaverse. Woo, I said. And suddenly she is here to talk to me. And it really very much seems to me as though somebody had a discussion with her. And I think that somebody would be Eric July. I believe Eric July, this is my belief, I don't know for a fact, I believe Eric July has her under an NDA, and I think it's very likely, not just probable, but very likely, that Eric July told her, this is what we're going to say, this is what we're going to do to deal with this, because Eric and Rippaverse are currently in hospice, and they're trying to hide what is going on with the company. So Kara says, I haven't been laid off or fired. I decided to leave due to my heart condition. Ethan, I personally have no beef with you and never have. You are more than welcome to continue your feud with whomever you wish, but I ask you, please don't pull me into it. Not right now. Look at this. Holy shit. 948 likes, responses like this. Folks, this is bot activity. There are not 948 people who are responding to this. There just aren't. Ordinarily, her mentions, her tweets get about 40 likes. They could get maybe 100 likes. She has bots going nuts. And all tweeting like just retarded hatred and stuff like this. They're not real people. They have like 2 followers, etc., etc. They're just fake accounts. But this is interesting. The idea here is to kind of take the energy away. Now, hold on a second. I think Eric actually, do I have Eric's response here? This is fascinating as well. Everything that I'm saying now, if what I'm pointing out that I just showed you guys, if what I just showed you guys is wrong, if I'm completely wrong and a clown and a fool, then there's no reason for this. Kara saying, please leave me alone. I leave you alone. What are you talking about? I'm talking about Rippaverse, not you. Why would Eric need to say anything? But Eric has issued a statement here. This is Eric, and Eric is going to make this about Kara, not about Rippaverse.
Hey, all, I hope you're doing well today, and I wanted to take a moment to speak on something. As many of you may know, our own Carolyn is in her final week as customer relations manager here at the Rippaverse. She recently shared that she developed a heart condition, and she made the decision.
Why the hell are all the women working for Eric getting sick, like seriously ill? Why is that happening, by the way? It's like he's got two women with cancer, and then Kara's got a heart condition. Like, what the hell? Again, I would say this, like, if this were the case, if this was true, what Eric was saying, Eric should have announced this a long time ago. If she is leaving of her own accord, this should have been something that Eric announced right away. Instead, he's reacting to me. He's not giving information to anyone. He's not saying, we're sorry to say, Kara is leaving. He's doing this video because of me, because of yesterday's tweet activity from me, where we put together a whole shit ton of evidence that Eric is letting a lot of important people go. Interesting.
Decision to step away and make an adjustment that's best for her health. Now, Kara's family, I cannot name a single person, colleague, or customer who had an unpleasant experience with her. She was the absolute best. She helped us build our customer service department from the ground up and made us better as a company. And
then why did you let her go? Why did you release her? Why did you fire her? Why did you do that?
We're going to miss her. But given her condition, this move makes all the sense in the world. Her role was very hands-on. It required her full undivided attention during work hours, responding to customers in real time, putting out fires, managing issues as they came in, and there wasn't really any room to step away when she needed to. Going the self-employment route gives her the freedom to set her own schedule, work at her own pace, and take care of herself.
Going the self-employment route. It's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. By the way, Eric did the same kind of thing. Remember when Dillard basically let it be known that like he had taken a deal with Yellow Flash? Do you remember this? Dillard said, Yellow Flash is like, I haven't paid him anything yet. I'm not going to pay him because he agreed to take 40% of the book instead when it gets published. And I was like, so you've got this guy, you've got an artist drawing for you for 2 years without pay. He's drawing a comic book for 2 years without pay. While you sit there and do what? Like, start fights with Comicsgate and basically like give him no set schedule about when the book is going to crowd. Well, you avoid crowdfunding so that you don't have to pay him anything right now. While you piss off all of your customers. So and then Eric came out and for some reason had nothing to do with him. It wasn't his business. The arrangement that Yellow Flash talked poor John Dillard into. By the way, John Dillard now off the internet. Eric came out and gave this same fucking speech about how wonderful it is. This works for John Dillard. This is brave. This is how a man behaves. A man gambles and takes chances. Listen, yeah, he could take a page rate, but this is how businesses are built. Do you remember that? And it was all this like flattery that basically like, oh, I understand. This is great what you're doing. All of this praise, all of this ball fondling to basically encourage Dillard to fuck himself over, which is what happened at the end of the day. The book, because of Yellow Flash, the book did not raise. He's like, God only knows how much money he's going to make, but he made the right choice for his family. Same bullshit line. And Dillard ended up because Yellow Flash pissed off everyone. And a guy who has 500,000 subscribers, who had everyone in his corner, who had Eric July promoting him, allegedly, supposedly, ostensibly, ended up making only a little bit more than $100,000 total. Had to give Eric July his cut, had to spend money printing the comic book and all the associated merchandise, including a t-shirt that says "Pay your artist," humiliatingly. Can you imagine, your cut of 40%, your 40% being whittled down because your jackass writer and partner, Yellow Flash, decided to make a t-shirt that said "Pay your artist," mocking the fact that he didn't pay you anything for 2 years while you were sitting there drawing the comic? Can you imagine going, how much did those shirts make? How much did it cost to make those shirts? First of all, who bought one of those? 0 people bought one of those, but you still had to make one? So my 40% is bitten into because you couldn't avoid laughing at me? Wonderful. And Eric gave the same kind of slippery, in my opinion, con man speech, flattering you and like saying this is the right thing that you are doing. Why? Because it advantages me. Now, Eric would, anybody, if Kara was really all the things that Eric said, and I'm sure she's great, and she suddenly left Eric in the lurch, I quit. I just quit. I can't do it anymore. It's too stressful. What the fuck is so stressful about working for you, Eric? Woman's got hard problems. You're like, I ran her through the ringer. It was very stressful working for me. She had to do this, and this. I completely understand that she decided to go off on her own. You got Frog Tony over here completely missing the mark, but it's very funny because Frog Tony got Kara to say something interesting. Guys, Kara Creates definitely wanted to quit her job and lose access to insurance and income to stay at home and sell off her video games while her husband is unemployed. Who needs a steady paycheck when you got mounting medical bills? Kara says this: my husband has been job searching, and it's absolutely infuriating that so many of these art jobs are just to train AI. How can you trust that a company won't just kick you to the curb once that AI is at a passable level? How can you feel good about training AI to take the job of actual artists? Kara, let me ask you something. How come Eric didn't have a job for your husband? He couldn't use another artist over there? You would think that, Eric would have room for your husband to come work for him. Then again, as we learn, my husband is not unemployed and actually does very well for himself. He's been looking at other jobs out of curiosity. Eric can't hire him? Is that not allowed? Is that frowned upon to see what other opportunities could be available now? No, not at all. But then somebody asked her, hey, what about your health insurance? And she says, I'm currently insured through my husband's work. Does Eric provide health insurance for his employees? It doesn't sound like it. It kind of sounds like the answer is no. Very peculiar. Apparently, RIPPAVERSE wasn't giving her health insurance. Her husband's company was. It's also interesting that maybe, possibly, Eric is looking for AI shit. Is that possible? Is it possible that, Eric doesn't want to hire real artists right now because he's looking for AI-related artists? He had to look for another job elsewhere. I need another job. I need more money. Well, Eric, you want to hire Kara's husband? No, you don't. Why? Why not? Very interesting. A lot of stuff here that you can kind of read between the lines of what's being said here and what's not being said, and just ask some questions like what actually is going on? Why is this happening? By the way, let me ask another question. Since Kara's leaving suddenly, and it's such a wonderful thing that she's leaving because it's good for her and it's the right thing for her to do, what about you, Eric? What about you and how this affects you? How it might affect you? Are you going to replace her? Has anybody asked you that? There's a job opening now. Your Rippaverse website still says you're not hiring. Certainly you need to replace her because she left your company. Her job was very important, very stressful. She needed to be there all the time, according to you. Are you replacing her? Anybody out there want to do Kara's job for Eric? Job opening. Because Eric didn't lay her off. She left of her own accord. I'm sure she's allowed to talk about it too. I'm sure that Eric didn't peg her down with an NDA like he does everybody else. Hold on a second. Just ate Taco Bell and NDA'd my pants again. Farron of the house, Farron says they had to crowdfund for someone who got cancer once. So maybe no health insurance. It doesn't sound like it. So basically, everybody seems to be working for Eric. I don't know. It seems like they're working as work for hire deals, or just as what is that called, by the way? What's that called when they're not employees, but they're just sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Damn it! I swear to God, I'm losing my mind. Downsizing differently, says he. Then yeah. Let me catch up with you guys. Contractors, yeah, they're contractors. You got to be contractors, right? Because you can just walk in and out of a job. There's no health insurance. There's no benefits. Or are there benefits? It doesn't sound like it. It just doesn't sound like it. All right, let me listen to more of Eric here.
First, if she needs to pause and tend to her health in the middle of the day, she can do that. That simply wasn't possible in a role as demanding as customer relations.
Then certainly you're going to replace her. Because Eric, if it's a role that's demanding customer relations, there is a job opening right now. And who are you going to hire? And hopefully you'll hire somebody and give them full benefits. Because it's demanding. Absolutely demanding. Can you give us a Elephant update along with the prequel update on the page counts? Elephant is on page 44 of 46. Just got that latest page in. 2 more pages to go. Needs to be colored, that last page, but we're almost there. Elephant is going to come out. It's the next book we're going to ship.
This is the right move for her, and we support her completely. Unfortunately, that didn't stop some people. Instead of simply wishing her well with no ulterior motives, some immediately...
See, Eric immediately pivots this to sort of go, poor Kara. This is the whole thing. Like, this isn't about people going, what is going on with your company, Eric? Why is this happening? Why are the Saskas behaving this way? Why are these people gone? Why is this person gone? Eric is going, people are bullying Kara. And this is what Eric does. Eric has decided to direct a mob towards me and to make this about Kara and poor Kara. All right, let's watch.
They tried to use this as an attack on the Rippaverse. They went as far as to claim that she was fired or laid off, which doesn't even make sense when you consider how vital her role is.
Well, then you're going to replace her, right? It doesn't even make sense when you consider how vital her role is. That doesn't even make sense. She's vital. Now, Eric shows this tweet here from Carolyn, and look whose name is there. Eric, I am this close to owning you. I am this close to owning you. For 3 years, you said you're never going to mention my name. And you talked about me. You Voldemorted me. You would not actually mention my name, but Eric, I consider this to be you mentioning my name. And I think it's going to happen very soon, Eric. You're going to be openly discussing me. And when you do, all hell is going to rain down on you. I cannot wait. I cannot fucking wait. When you do start talking about me, it means I've won. It means you're acknowledging everything that I said. I was right. You making this video is entirely aimed at me, at trying to change the narrative of your own personal failures, the strangeness of your company's behavior lately, your company's employees, what they're allowed to say, what they're not. Kara clearly being terrified. You trying to use her as a shield, as a distraction and a diversion? It's not going to work. You will say my name, Eric. This is close. This is really close. But you will say my name like you do in your sleep. Not right now. But you will. Very excited. All right, here we go.
Of course, shut that down herself and made it clear that she had no desire to be dragged into these one-sided affairs. And that's the
Well, then why would you post this video, these one-sided affairs? Her whole day has been nothing but talking about this. I didn't ask to talk about Kara. I don't care if Kara was fired or not. I don't care about Kara. I care about Kara even, well, maybe a little bit more than you do, which isn't very much. I'm talking about you, Eric. I'm talking about your business. I'm talking about what you're up to. I'm talking about your deception. I'm talking about your practices. I'm talking about what's going on behind the scenes of RIPPAVERSE. Kara's incidental. Let me ask you a question. If I'm wrong about Kara and she left of her own accord, how does that hurt her that I say that it was otherwise? If she was fired, me saying she was fired, how does that hurt her? Is she hurt in any way by me speculating about what happened to her? She left your company, Eric. I can say whatever I want, and it doesn't hurt her at all. You know it does hurt? You. This video is fascinating. Look at Eric's face.
unfortunate reality of all this. It has become increasingly clear that certain people will not let us just exist. This has nothing to do with the quality of our books. They need to see us fail, even if it means destroying themselves in the process. They can't even muster the basic decency to say nothing. Instead, the reflex is always the same. How can we use this to attack the RIPPAVERSE? The reason so many onlookers.
How can we use this to attack the RIPPAVERSE? Use what? Everybody's looking at what's going on around you, Eric, and they're saying you're not being transparent anymore. How can we use this? There's no reason to be talking about the RIPPAVERSE. Why? Why? We just announced that we have to publish 100 books this year. There's no reason to be curious about that. We're now calling them solicitations instead of collections and running 3 of them and 4 of them at a time while hiding the numbers. There's no reason to be curious about that. The Saska sisters working on things other than RIPPAVERSE took RIPPAVERSE out of their bios. They're just using this information to attack me, to attack the RIPPAVERSE. Carolyn cries, talks about how she has to sell her video games because next week she will no longer be working at the RIPPAVERSE. She didn't say I quit. She said I will no longer be working there. You quit. You better tell them you fucking quit. You left. You quit on your because of your heart. Remember your heart? You quit because I was working you ragged. Either way, you're an asshole. Hold on a second here. We got a nice orange super chat from D Artist. Glasshouse Graphics still haven't corrected RIPPAVERSE on their website. Shane and you caught him reading names and thinking Starlin Lim was one person. Shadowrun would snap him in half for being a fake geek girl. He's a fake geek girl. Why would Kara say not right now? When did you wait a second? I'm lost. Kara said not right now. Oh. Don't pull me into it. Not right now. I don't know. I took that to mean when I read that, I took that to mean like, not right now, my heart, you know, that's what I took it to mean. What's going on? Oh, I didn't even look at it that way. You guys are so smart. Hiring Kara was a PR move. Rippa made a job for her since she was famously fired from limited run games because Troonies complained about her tweets, says Tiki the Mighty. Mad Relic, I know. The moment you notice the Isom comic in the background. Where's the Isom comic in what background? In Eric's background? After the NDA expires? %. You think that's what it is? What she's saying is, not right now. Please, I ask you, don't pull me into it. Not right now. Damn. Oh my God. Okay, Kara, I hear you. Standing down and standing by. Understood, Kara. Standing down and standing by. We'll wait until you're able to actually speak about what happened to you over at the Rippaverse. Wonderbar. Legendary foundation. All right, very good. Yeah, I didn't notice that. That is interesting. Again, I took it to mean this, but it doesn't make sense. What do you mean not right now? Like, are things going to get better in that regard? Like, not right now? Like, when? When is it okay to talk about that? Like, later? Like, when you're not sick? Like, or when you're not under NDA anymore? Kara will defect. Kara, why don't you come over here and work here? I don't know. Customer, can you imagine her like working customer service over here? She wants you to interview her later, says Liam. Interesting. Okay, let's go.
People that have no attachment to any of this, the reason they think this is insane is because of exactly this. You take situations that happen naturally and purposely twist them. And when there's nothing there, you make something
nothing there.
Justify
there's nothing there.
The Rippaverse,
just like when Nick Riccado was sitting there interviewing you about what was going on. Eric he's always like, there's nothing there. A fraud, that allegation that doesn't exist. That this doesn't exist. It's language that if you follow Eric as much as I have, like over the last 3 years, you go, I've heard this before. Where have I heard this before? This is how Eric talks when he obfuscates. This is how Eric speaks. By the way, why make this video at all? Why make this video at all? This is a 4-minute and 37-second video to tell me to back off. Very interesting. Very interesting. Why tell me to back off? If I'm completely wrong, I'm completely wrong. This is Eric telling me to back off and telling his fans to come get me.
Ali is the sun that some people revolve around, despite the constant claims.
Oh, that's funny. That was good. That was a good troll. Eric just said, the Rippaverse is the sun that everything revolves around. Eric is watching me, dude. He's copying my language. Copying my language. Argentico WL9XZ. You're literally the only YouTube channel working for me. So here's a tip, I guess. You better be entertaining. Lol. Well, I can't promise it'll be entertaining, We'll do what we can do. Eric just compared himself to the sun. Eric, you are not the human sunbeam. You could be the planet Uranus. Eric, you are Uranus. All up in yourself.
Failing or are irrelevant. When I used to do comic book commentary, I did more positive reviews than negative ones. And though it took me some time, I eventually stopped doing commentary on other publishers.
Stop talking about me. Stop talking about me. Stop talking about me.
Altogether, because it was unprofessional. Now, other publishers only come up really in passing or if I have something more positive to say. And here's the thing, even those comic professionals have either been very supportive of or at least professional with me. I have never spoken about a single one of them, however, nonstop for multiple years.
You better not, Eric. I'm telling you that right now. You better not. Unfortunately, you fucked with me, and you fucked with the wrong person. Unfortunately, you threatened me, Eric. And there's all kinds of bullshit that you've been doing behind. Unfortunately, you didn't stop doing that right before you fucked with me. And you fucked with me, and I said, I'm going to put you in the dirt. I'm going to actually put you in the dirt. My foot on your neck until you can't breathe. Sagittarius Alpha, your company. Can't give any more because I did get laid off. In my opinion, Eric's the type of guy you will owe your entire life for tiny favors. Now, didn't he hire his friends? NDA. I don't know, man. I don't think so. I think Eric has used people and then he spits them out and doesn't want to hear from them again. Eric, more than anything, wants to be boss. He wants to be boss. Yeah, it's hard, man. At some point, you got to be like, I had $14 million. And the problem is that I have 25 parasites that I am paying full-time salaries and wages, not healthcare, apparently. But I'm paying all these guys all my money, and this money's just disappearing, and some of them have to go. And I appreciate them very much. Thank you so much, Kara. But you got to go. Who else can we cut loose? Saskas? I told Eric to get rid of the Saskas, and the reason why I told him to get rid of them was because, A, it's a bad look to employ them. They're Satanists. They're grotesque figures. They love bomb the customers, which is inappropriate. Their writing isn't good at all, and you're paying 2 for 1. Eric has to do twice. Like, you're paying 2 people for 1 script? What the fuck? Why? Because they're twins? Get rid of them. You don't need them. Nobody wants to read what they're writing. They want to read what you're writing. So I do think maybe they're gone too. That'd be a good thing. Yeah.
But let's take them at their word for a moment. Even though it's not true, let's just say I rejected criticism. Let's say I made book that you didn't like.
You did, Eric. You rejected criticism. You did. We have a whole video of it that we play every single day where for 3 days, you absolutely spurged out over Dick Masterson and Vito's treatise about ISOM #1. You spurged out for a long time. I mean, it's not, you're like, let's just say, even though it's not true. We have a music video of it. Don't we? Let me see if it's this one.
Ashton Clark with a 20 says, don't understand why anti-racist SJW.
That's not the one. Do I have that video still pulled up here? Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Boston. I had it back. I love
a lawsuit trying to fuck with someone's business.
Did you?
Again, lying to Nick Rekieta. Where's my video of Eric not taking criticism very well? I must have taken it down. But don't worry, I do have it, guys. I do have it saved in my downloads. So it wouldn't be gone for very long. But we have video after video of Eric just absolutely spazzing out over professional criticism. Basic bitch professional criticism. Is this it? I don't know. I'll download it anyway. Here we go. Let's just say that it was true.
Or you thought they were the worst thing ever. This is the response to that. For the supposed crime of starting my own comic book company, employing people, and contracting talent, this is what it's gotten us.
You being criticized. You know what, Eric, any organization that you guys have made a living off of criticizing. You know, today, like Star Wars released the trailer for Mandalorian and Grogu. And I watched the trailer and I was like, that looks like fun. And I got a bunch of I got your fans, Eric, you know, and people like 199 heads or whatever sitting there calling me names and stuff. It's just like, this is what you guys do. How does it feel? How does it feel? But you know, you actually deserve that criticism because, like, you know, your stuff isn't good. It's bad and your behavior has been miserable. But I mean, this is the exact kind of treatment that you guys have built an economy out of doling out to others. And when it's done to you in a minor way, me sitting here saying, what is this? Did Eric July fire these people? There's all this weird evidence that Eric is downsizing his company. You're crying. You're holding up Kara as a victim of that. Again, let me just ask Eric, like, if I'm wrong about Kara, how does it hurt her? How is it going to hurt her? Does it hurt her in some way? Ethan says I was fired, but I really quit. Ouch. Does that hurt her? Ethan says I was fired, and I was fired, but I was fired with an NDA. That might hurt her, actually. Why are you involved? What do you care? It's about you, and you're trying to divert attention away from you and what's going on with your company and make Kara out to be a victim. And poor Kara is a victim. I think Kara's a victim of you. Why was it so stressful to do? Why was it so stressful to work for you? How the hell was it stressful to work for you? I can understand why you would be under stress. But why is poor Kara having to quit? If Kara did quit, why the hell does she have to quit? Because of stress.
Harassment of anyone who speaks positively
Who's
about me or the
harassing her?
company, my ancestors' grave being disturbed.
You are lying now. You're bringing up a bunch of lies. You said my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, Isom Knox, is who Isom was based off of. And one of your critics went and took a picture found the headstone and took a picture behind it. And you threw an enormous hissy fit, speaking of somebody who doesn't take criticism well, and you lied and said that they pissed on the grave, defecated on the grave. He dressed like Casey Jones. He put a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle in front of the grave and took a picture of himself at the grave. And that wasn't good enough for you. Like, that was like, you had to exaggerate it. He pissed on the grave. They defiled the grave of my ancestor. Eric, it wasn't your grandfather. It was a man who died in 1920 who you've never met. And nobody did anything to the tombstone but take a picture next to it. And whether you like it or not, you brought attention to that tombstone. The same way somebody might go take a picture next to Lee Harvey Oswald's grave. It's not defiling their grave. You've made that person a celebrity. You did that. Nobody did anything. Nobody desecrated the grave. But you got everybody all wound up about it with your lies and your victimhood. It was silly. It's just so stupid, man. I mean, this is why TRASHCAST exists. It's just like unwinding this man's lies. And here he is. Like, this is like a best of. Let's hear the next lie.
Egging on a trademark dispute.
Egging on a trademark dispute. You lied about that, Eric. You lied about that. ISOM, the International School of Ministry, sued you because they own the mark, the acronym ISOM. ISOM, not even an acronym, just ISOM. They sued you because you're in the news. They said, what the hell? Like, this is a guy who's got a comic book named ISOM. Well, we own the comic book rights to make an ISOM, a book called ISOM, based on our church if we want to. It's likely that we will. We own the rights to do that. We're going to sue this guy because this guy is writing a comic book about a black man with a cross on his dick who's out there chasing hookers down and fist fighting black people in clubs. And then his personal conduct is bringing embarrassment to our church. He's calling people faggots and retards. He's picking fights with people. His behavior is miserable. So we're going to sue him, which is what they need to do. They don't even have a choice about it. You made $3 million in public using their trademark. They have no choice but to defend their mark. They don't have a choice. It's not about somebody egging them on. Everybody could be cheering them on, Eric. It doesn't make a difference. They still had to sue you to protect their mark. And you acted like a big child about it. And what you did was you did here, you did there what you're doing here. You're trying to target somebody for harassment. You targeted Dick and Vito, and you said that Dick and Vito were responsible for egging that lawsuit on against you. And that was a lie. And you admitted it was a lie when Nick Rekieta asked you about it. And I do have this video ready to go. That was fantastic. Pressed on it, you admitted that you lied.
A lawsuit trying to fuck with someone's business.
Did you accuse him of starting that lawsuit?
No.
Prior to him tweeting that?
No.
No?
No.
You didn't say that he and Vito were behind that?
No.
I think your timeline might be off on that one, brother.
No, I think your timeline might be off on that one because if
Very
you
Good Shepherd is alleging that we have had unauthorized use of their trademark. Outside of the given context, most of what I'm about to say isn't even aimed at the people that filed the lawsuit. The internet is an interesting place. We make fun of each other, and we can do that. We can make our gripes known, and we can dislike others. This is something that every individual is free to do. But I'd like to think that there's a line that shouldn't be crossed when it comes to initiating conflict. What we have right now is a textbook example of gay ops. There's more than likely some reference to me before, but a fat person by the name of Vito really ramped up his public hatred of me at the launch of the RIPPAVERSE last year. Since then, very frequently, this person has made a point to speak negatively about me and this company. Oddly enough, his friend joined in.
This is what I mean by gay ops, right? This person, the same dude, is trying to instigate a third party, you know, to do something and like suing us and all that and trying to kind of instigate and encourage. So when you are trying to actively, and you've admitted it multiple times, destroy people's pocket, and not by some like shame, this is well beyond it. Now we're talking about lawfare, bro. I wouldn't be so foolish as to do that.
So Dick and Vito didn't do this then?
I don't know.
You don't know now?
No, I don't know. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Potentially. Nonetheless,
You're gonna sit here. You're gonna sit here and honestly fucking say maybe now?
That's
like you don't know?
What did you want to watch the video now, Nick? Because I never explicitly say that it is that was what it was that they did. What I will say is that, again, the guy that sent that goofy ass email that tried to, again, gay op his way into kind of a lawsuit, someone took.
Eric, you're a liar. You're a fucking liar. We've caught you lying so many times. And this is what you do. Whenever you're in a situation like this, where people are going, there's something wrong with this company, you try to divert attention away from it by attacking the people, sending your gay op troops to attack the people who are making the allegations, who are pointing things out. Now, all Dick and Vito did was criticize your comic, but you utilized the opportunity that was given to you by this lawsuit to accuse them of causing the lawsuit, and you sent 100,000 of your retarded fans after them and made their lives miserable. They were threatened. They were sent death threats. So that what? So that nobody would ever criticize you again? I see you. I see you. Nick Rekieta saw you. Dick Masterson sees you. Everybody in this audience sees you. We see you for who you are. We see you for what you've done. We have records of it. We've been watching it for a while. This stuff doesn't work. Trying to create a victim narrative with Kara? For what? What happened to Kara? You fired her, I guess. Did you fire her? Seems like you did. And then you made her sign an NDA, scared the piss out of her, and now she's out there talking about how she left on her own. And if she's being honest and she did leave on her own, then who cares? What's the problem? The only reason you're involved is because that isn't what happened, I guess. I don't know. It's very peculiar, man. We've been through this with you too long, too often.
One of my residences being doxxed. There is no equivalent of me.
One of my residences being doxxed. Oh my God, dude. Yeah. For God's sake, Eric, give me a break.
Ever doing anything close to this, even in my content.
Eric, you imprisoned one of your critics. You jailed one of your critics. The guy made fun of your back hair, so you put him in jail for mean tweets. That's exactly what you did. It wasn't even for stalking. It wasn't even for anything like I'm afraid of him. The guy made fun of you and created a T-shirt that said "Clippaverse" with clippers on it. We have the audio recordings of you and your employee Brandon calling the police, saying that he was a mean troll on the internet, and then you swore out a warrant for his arrest because he was being mean to you on the internet. That is exactly what happened, and he was arrested and thrown in jail. What do you mean there's no record of you? There's nobody. I've never heard of anybody doing that before. That's brand new. That is brand new. You utilized a Texas law used to protect women and children from being stalked and harassed by predators on the internet, to protect yourself from a little guy, 20-something-year-old named Riley with cartoonish scissors and a yellow cape, who says, "Oh, I'm going to clip your back hair, Eric," who was basically just protesting the fact that you shut down his business. T the Mighty says, Gabe supposedly left on his own accord too. I know, yeah. I left my cushy, hi, I'm Gabe El-Taib. I left my cushy, overpaid colorist job with the Rippaverse to go pursue Dean Cain comics. Yeah, I'm sure that happened too. But Eric has a way of doing this. So the NDAs, he utilizes non-disclosure agreements. And there's a lot of there must be something else going on where it's just like, you don't talk shit about me and we're cool, right? We're cool, right? I've had conversations with him. I know what Eric is like. I said to him way back when, our big blow up conversation in private was just like, it's not going to be good for us to be business wise for us to be a war. It's going to be bad. Well, I'm glad you see it that way. Big goofy smile at me. It's not going to be good for like Gabe El-Taib to like be like, "Hey man, you fucking fired me." You fire anybody, Eric? When you found out that like I tricked you into hiring Gabe El-Taib at $400 a page to color, and like a week later he was fired. You didn't do that. He quit at that point. That was him quitting. I don't believe a word you say. I think you lie. Christopher Tomlinson says, so basically I was right on Timcast. What did you say on Timcast? I'm not sure. Fuck. Trashcast been good business, says Anonymous. Yeah, Eric hates this. Eric's like, I would never talk about a comic book. There's never been a comic book company like Rippaverse before. Marvel doesn't behave like this. DC doesn't behave like this. All Caps doesn't behave like this. No Comicsgate company behaves like yours. There's no reason to really make a daily videos about what you're doing with anybody else. No other company. CrossGen maybe. Lil Heck Lou wants to know where Shane is, I think. Are you spelling out where is Shane? Lil Heck Lou, stop it or you have to get punished. I hate to do this, but you can't do that. That is called what is that called? Spamming? You can't spam. You can go where is Shane, but you can't do like each individual letter. You know what I mean? Like that's not cool. My mods have to take you out. Hold on a second. Oh, you are a mod. Oh, Lil Heck Lou. Lil Heck Lou, do you want to lose your wrench? Stop doing that. I like you. I have no problem with you. Stop doing that. Thank you. Spamming. I know de-wrenching. Like that's de-wrenching material there. When you do that. He's a mod. Lamal's the job of the cut. How do you behave like that when you're a mod? Here's Jamie's Max says, you took mine for less. I agree. I'm giving him a warning. Is this you, Jamie Max? Are you officially back now? All right, good. Thank you. A little Heck Lou laughs. All right, hold on a second. Let's get back to Eric here.
Creation days, and people wonder why others think this is crazy. I wish people would leave innocent parties out of this foolishness, but I know I'm never going to get that. I don't engage.
Nobody is involving Kara in anything, Eric. It's you. This is you holding up Kara as a shield. Every employee that you fire, Eric, under the cloak of darkness and they have to go out and say some really weird shit, like I got to sell my video game collection. Well, I really, my doctor told me, because I have a heart problem. So my doctor advised me to leave my job and accept possible homelessness and to sell all my personal possessions and then to live on the internet. Yeah, that's what my doctor advised me to do. I mean, excuse me if me and some of the internet, not all the internet, but some of the internet goes, wait, what? And that isn't us involving anybody. That's us kind of having to untangle somebody who might be a victim of your lies and your NDAs and your threats. That's all. It's all very mysterious. This is like Twin Peaks for the internet. Oh my God, dude. I'd be too embarrassed to tell the internet I needed to sell my limited run video games. It's embarrassing. And then to have everybody around you going, let's go. Like, that was the worst part. Let's go. Yeah. All right. Kick some ass. Obi-Wan says, none of this is like Twin Peaks. Yeah, it is, because Eric is like, because Bob was Harry, and Eric is Harry too. Twin Peaks, but on Netflix, says Notice the Happenings. This is like Twin Peaks season 3. All right.
In it, and I've long accepted that ignoring it won't make these people move on with their lives. I don't ignore it to make it stop. I ignore it because there are far better uses of my time. Look,
you have never ignored it, Eric. You're making I got you making a 4-minute and 37-second video at me. This isn't for anybody else, dude. You made this video for me. I want to thank you. I don't know how many people like, how do I do this? How do I like just say a couple of things like, oh, look at this, we won, and then get Eric July? I mean, we won, and Eric July is like spazzing out, spurging out. Ethan Van, I'm the victim. So I am the victim, I'm the only victim. But yeah, this is 100% about me. How do I do this? How do I just say like, we won? And then Eric July spurgs out so badly. He has to create a narrative. He has to like make a video trying to regain the narrative just to send a bunch of retards after me. How does this happen to me? I must be special. I think I am special. Special needs. Yeah. I hope this never ends. I like it. Christopher Antoine says, I think he made it for Bosch. Actually, what did Bosch do? Bosch didn't do anything as good as what I did. This is definitely for me. And don't say that it isn't. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it. All right, let me finish this dumb video.
I have a personal request. Go support Carol Ann. Follow her streams. I want you to support her.
Eric, it was your job to support her. She was working for you. What do you mean support her? You want me to buy her video game collection? It's not for you, Ethan, says Mateo. Then who is it for? My name was in that. Hold on, that music was gay, says Y'all Living. How was it gay? It was a woman singing about how she missed me. Peppermint Space Capsule says he messed with the wrong honky. He messed with the wrong honky. Yeah, he did. Shouldn't have done it, Eric. No, it is for me, guys. It's not for Shane either. What Shane didn't do anything. I'm the one who said. You guys are like trying to take credit away from me. Yeah, this is KARA-gate. This is the KARA-tive. It's the KARA-tive that he's created here. I miss you too, Marby Dog. Yeah. Guys, go support Kara. Wait, isn't that like your job and her husband's job? Why do I have to support her? Support her how? In what way do I support Kara? I got to watch her live streams and listen to her gaslight me because of her NDA that you made her sign? Allegedly. Why would I do that? You could just come here and get the truth. You mean it's important to Trashcast as you think you is, Ethan. Thank you, Awazuru. I'm used to hearing things like that. You think you're so important to Trashcast. Ain't my wife, ain't my life, says Keith Dotson. That's fucking awesome. It's true. All right, hold on.
Crochet business, and please do not.
Please go over there and support her crochet business. Okay. Would you crochet Eric some sleeves? Oh, he's wearing sleeves today. What would we get? I want Kara to crochet me a beard like Eric's. Please crochet me an Eric July beard that I can wear. And it has a little hole for my mouth like this so I can talk. Oh, is that an ice on? The moment you notice the ice on comic in the background. Is that what that is? That's the hold on. But Ethan, he really needs people to call him balls. Bows. Ethan, working for incompetent people is stressful, says Urashima Taro. Don't I know it? Why would he ever have a longhorn in the background? Why does he have it? Because he's bullshit. That's why. He's speaking bullshit right now. You see that behind Eric? That's bullshit. You got bull and you got, if you look at it, you got bull and then you got shit. Bullshit. That's why. Yeah, I read that one. That's why. Thought I heard you. Let me see. Cursed Heart Creations. You're right. We don't need Kara. We have Cursed Heart Creations, who's a way better crocheter. I forgot about it. Cursed Heart, thank you. You're right about that. Nobody support Kara. I'm telling everybody here, nobody go support Kara's crochet business because we have Cursed Heart Creations and we support our own. And Cursed Heart actually makes better stuff. Are you going to tell me that Kara can make a better Cyber Frog than Cursed Heart did? I don't think so. Let me see if I can find it real quick. There is no fucking way that anybody could ever make a better crocheted thing. Or a better crocheted anything. Not just Cyberfrog, but a better crocheted anything than Kara did. Not Kara, I'm sorry. Cursed Heart Creations. No, not Kara. Cursed Heart Creations. I'm going to say don't support her because, like, this is what Cursed Heart Creations did. So if you want, like, who could do that? Like, no, there's nobody else that could do that. Begun the crochet wars have, says Ryan Blue Thunder. You look at that and it's like, yeah, you win. You just win. And if Kara can do better than that, I'd want to know. She does it without patterns. That's next level, says Ruth Saunders. Crochet wars are real, says Cursed Heart Creations. You did such a good job. Am I getting that? Are you sending that to me? When can I have him? He will become, I would want him to be my teddy bear at night, but I can't use him as a teddy bear because I don't want to damage him. He will go on my shelf. Way better than Baby Yoda, says Garrett. Well, Baby Yoda was good for it. But I mean, this is just, obviously next level. So amazing. So amazing. Don't listen to Faggotry. Faggotry says, make Ethan pay you. No, don't make me pay you. Because there's no way that I could pay you for this. This is worth infinite amounts of money. And what the hell is this worth? This is worth like $1 quadrillion. Panels and Plastic says, Kara was nice to me when I emailed them. I wish her well. I wish her well too. She's our knitter. Hard R knitter. Yeah, we don't need another knitter. We don't need one. We're all knitter lovers around here. All right, now hold on. Let me get back to Eric. Are we almost done with this? We're almost done with this video. This is really, I think this is it. Is this it? Do I have more after this? Oh, I mean, I prayed for, I did pray for, oh my God. I said a prayer. We'll look at that next.
Involve her in any attacks against me or the Rippaverse. I know in this hyper-divisive world, people have forgotten that some can move on professionally without there being something nefarious. But that's all this is. As for us, we will not be dragged into a war we want no part of. We will not be as...
Eric, trust me, you want no part of this war. I told you that way back when. You understand that, like, you know, your business before was here, and I have dragged it down 92%, dude, 92%. I'm not done yet. That other 8%. And all of this is just us kind of like telling the truth about you. That's all it is. What was I saying here? Oh yeah, I did pray for Kara. This is what Kara said, please don't, like, I don't want. So, I mean, this is the thing. I am a Christian. I'm proud of it. And a Mormon, in fact, which is like the best kind of Christian that you can be. Because we have the restored gospel of Jesus Christ. And I know some people don't like that, but I'm sorry. Like, you guys don't have it all we do. I'm sorry, Kara, I said to her. Dear Heavenly Father, we lift up Kara to you in this time of need. She faces heart problems and the hardship of being laid off of Rippaverse, laid off from Rippaverse. Please surround her with your healing touch, restore her health, and provide new opportunities for provision and peace. Grant her strength, comfort, and hope through your boundless love. In Jesus' name, amen. So that's the prayer that I prayed for Kara. And I am telling you right now, my prayer for Kara was not met well. And it was not met. Like, look at this. Like, the response to it is like, fuck you. By the way, Stimulated Cynic liked it. No, fuck you. You devil. You're going to hell. You really are a piece of shit. This guy goes, get a load of this faggot. And his meme isn't good because the dude he's pointing at him himself. So it's not good. Look at this. Oh my God. Just fucking, oh, you scumbag. What the fuck? Stop it. You're a wolf in sheep's clothing. You talk like a fag. I used to respect you, but now I don't. You're not a real Christian. All because I prayed for her. Now, the Lord knows my heart. And the Lord, is responsible for what's in my heart. The Lord's responsible for what's in Kara's heart, too, by the way. And so he knows that my prayer for Kara was 100% sincere. And well meant, and that what is this? Well, ha, you deserve it, says Doug. That's a lie. I do not. Your backhanded prayers are as hilarious as they are blasphemous, says Tiki the Money. What's backhanded about this? How is this backhanded? Jesus is responsible for your cholesterol? Maybe, I don't know. Yes, of course, he's responsible for everything. Ethan, are you going to baptize her into Mormonism? Yes, I'm going to do that, but first I'm baptizing Mike S. Miller into Mormonism. Why do you want to go to hell so bad, says Faggotry. What are you talking about? I'm praying for all these people. You know how people say, like passive-aggressively, they go, I'll be praying for you. No, I literally am. And I actually show evidence of it. Like, there are some people who go, I'm praying for you, and they don't really mean it. They just mean, like, fuck you. But I actually do pray for folks. And I post it so they can read it. You know. I prayed to Jesus, and the demons came out howling, servants of the devil, Satan's minions. The evil is unbelievable. But I'm protected by the blood sacrifice of Christ, and these demonic Saska fans cannot hurt me. And that, I want you to remember that. The Saskas Sasuke fans can't hurt you either. You are protected by the blood sacrifice of Jesus Christ. Bless Kara's heart. Says Schizzos. That's how I feel too. Bless her heart. Okay, hold on a second here. Are we almost done? Here's Eric. God, every second of this is painful.
As unproductive as those who talk more about us than they do their own work. We're going to keep our heads down. We're going to keep.
Eric, you don't talk about your work at all. You never talk about your work. You talk about business, but you don't talk about your comics. Now, I talk about my comics. I fear no witch, does Marby Dogs. I talk about my comics all the time. That's all I talk about, and you guys know that. You guys know. I'm out there talking about my comics. I'm out there drawing for people. I'm out there entertaining the world. I'm making a difference. Right now, like, there aren't enough people who are drawing comics online. There are not enough people who are inspiring others. There aren't enough people who are doing draw streams. They're all doing, like, I don't know what they're doing. I'm not sure what people are doing. But they're not doing what I'm doing. So much better than everyone. When I think about how good I am, all of this happened because I said we won, guys. I want to just reiterate. All of this nonsense happened. All of these people calling me names and like making fun of Jesus and stuff. All of this stuff happened. Eric July spazzing out happened because I said we won. I said, everyone, Comicsgate, congratulations, we won. And they could not take it. They just couldn't take it. I am blessed. I'm blessed because of you guys. This guy's like, why don't you focus on your work, making comics, blah, blah, blah. This is, I mean, you guys know this, but look, compare the ratio here. Let me just open this in a new tab. I'm going to open the next one in a new tab too. I want you guys to just see this and be proud of me. Will you guys give me some validation for once? Look at this. Here's an hour and 46 minutes. And then we've got Comicsgate Kings for 3.5 hours. Nearly 3 hours, 3 hours of drawing. And then here's the 6-hour TRASHCAST live stream that you guys wanted that caused all of this mess. 3 hours and 42 minutes, 3 hours, 25 minutes, 3 hours, 2.5 hours. These are all draw streams. All these streams here are me drawing comic books, your comic books. 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours, an hour and a half, 3 hours here, an hour and 15 minutes, 3 hours. Comicsgate Live with Billy Tucci, 3 hours. And then TRASHCAST 6 days ago for 2 hours and 41 minutes. And then on, backwards, on and on and on. All I do is draw. Oof, no monetization, says Glitch. Yeah, I know. Well, how could they monetize it? All we do is play Billy Ocean music, you know? It's not easy to do. All right, here we go.
Building, and we're going to keep creating for those people who matter the most. And that's the fan. Thank you so much for your continued support.
They're not supporting you, though. What do you mean continued support? Who are you talking to when you say thank you for your continued support? The Russians? I mean, I don't know who's supporting you right now. Where's your money coming from? You aren't selling shit. Let me get my violin. It says Mateo 420 vibes. Literally like 3 hours to Rainbow the Brute, says Curiunti. That's not true at all. You're not paying any attention to what I do. So you be quiet. What kind of support? Who is supporting you?
This company exists because of you, and we will never lose sight of that.
This company exists barely. This company is about to not exist because of them. We will never lose sight of that, he says.
As for Kara, and she knows this, she is going to always have a place here. That door is always wide open.
Hey, Riley, did you hear that? The door is wide open to Eric's warehouse. Just so you know, he doesn't lock up. Ovaltine Patrol says, have one validation token. Oh, you're so valid. Oh, thanks for everything you do. Yeah. So I don't know, guys. All I'm saying is this. Us saying we won absolutely destroyed them. Absolutely caused them to spurg out in a way that I haven't seen in a long time. That's what's going on here right now. Eric July's performative, oh, Kara's a victim. he's basically saying, stay away. You're too close. You're right over the mark. You're right over the target. Stay away. Oh, no, guys, protect Kara from him who's this close to the truth. We're going to get the truth, guys. We're going to follow this continually. Nothing can stop us. This is what we're all about here on TRASHCAST. And that's why you love it. P. Cowan says, the way so many people cried at a little sarcasm with that prayer you wrote, I couldn't tell if they were Christian or Muslim. All those sticks up their asses. It's the littlest sarcasm. It was just a fucking, how dare you? Fuck you. Like, just, people are nuts. And again, it's not just my sarcasm, because yes, I can be an a-hole. Not very often, but when I am, you know it. And here's the thing. It's not just that. The question is, how is Kara being harmed? Can somebody explain? Eric July has once again reprogrammed his retarded fans to never, ever question what it is that he's talking about. He just says, you're mad. Go get that right over there. Go over there and be mad. Once again, if I'm wrong that, Kara wasn't fired, that she quit, me thinking that she was fired makes her more of a victim. It makes her more sympathetic. Doesn't hurt her. If I'm right and she was fired, me saying so also doesn't hurt her at all. Nothing that I'm saying about Kara hurts her one bit. It hurts Eric. And if it didn't hurt Eric, if it only hurt Kara, you'd never hear from Eric. But I'm right on your ass. Right on that ass, everybody. Right on that ass. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I appreciate you so much, dude. TRASHCAST number 249 in the bag. 1,337 people watching right now. And that's what it's all about. It's all about the fans. Thank you. It's all about you. And I'll never forget any of you. I'll never forget those of you who built TRASHCAST. I do it for you. This exists because of you. We're still doing this because of you. Amazing. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing. Thank you so much. And I will see you again. I don't know, it could be tomorrow. We'll see what goes on. I mean, if there's a reason for TRASHCAST, I will be back again tomorrow. But until then, I'm going over there. I'm going to start a draw stream. You're welcome to join me. It's time to draw a little Rainbow to Brute, finish that page, and move on to Cyberfrog 3, Red Extermination. Thank you guys. Eternally, thank you so much. I will see you again.
Housekeeper John. He better hope Ethan doesn't have another hospital scare like he did because he's so fat last time, because without Ethan, who is he? But he was going to do the cover for free 2 years ago. He'll deny that claim, but he totally told me he was going to do it for free. Ethan wanted a percentage of the sales on top of that 4K. Yeah, he wanted a percentage of the sales for that cover. Fucking joke. Claiming the cover was the reason. That was just kind of the breaking point. I'd wanted to dump him for a long time. I've never really liked him, to be honest.
Cause gay guys only message through the night. Cause gay guys only closeted they hide. Acting with such faggotry, so much it makes me feel. Non-stop being gay is directed at you. Cause gay guys only DMing you. You see what homo does to be. The shittiest he can be. Cause gay guys only DMing you. Attention seeking mental case, pretending that he's DMing you.
fucking retards in basically his little cult.
'Cause gay guys only, the truth is never told. Flash bar, now bar, jokes that just got old. Please, please sell my book, your money should be mine. Need your reply to satisfy my mind. 'Cause gay guys only, DMing you, ashamed that the homo turns to be the lamest he can be. 'Cause gay guys only, DMing you, a fatherless piece of shit, asking for a good beat, DMing you. 'Cause gay guys only.
Yeah, you had nothing to do about it.
Well, I mean,
You're fucking
I put up money. I started a bank account. I got things in order to do that, but people, sabotage.
Today we have a very special guest with us. We have Eric July, the creator of RIPPAVERSE Comics. Big thank you to him being on the show. So welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, brother, and I appreciate you, big time for having me. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, big time. Appreciate you, big time for having me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure. And we're in the same time